welcome. I am Goblin. You call me Joseph, Goblin, DM, GM. It really doesn't matter. I have been pretty much playing and running these games since the early to mid '90s. Um, so that's a little about me. Welcome to Daggerheart.
Badass.
Daggerheart is a fun system. I discovered it a few months into place, beta testing, or what you want to call it. Anyways, and when the rules came out, I instantly bought it. Started running some games on it. It is a rules light as opposed to like D&D and Pathfinder, who are very crunchy, very rules heavy games. And before I keep going, I know there was some newer players who has never touched a tabletop role playing game before.
Hey.
All right, no
Hi
problem.
guys. My name is
Uh,
Ariana. I can go by Ari, Firefox, whichever.
and any new to Daggerheart? Anybody know little basics about it or anything?
Me. I haven't played any, but I've been watching YouTube videos and I've been watching Critical Role and their playthrough.
Same.
Same. I watched just the Christmas one, like the Christmas live play of it, but
Yeah.
that's pretty much it. I am excited to try it out. That was my first.
No problem. I did post a kind of a cheat sheet for players in the general called Play Guide that you don't have to look at it, but it does go through some of the basics of the Daggerheart game, which we will all go over that in just a few minutes. As far as TTRPGs for the newer players, it is a storytelling game. You're pretty much telling the story of your adventurer going through dungeons, fighting dragons, slaying damsels or princes, depending on your pronoun. What Daggerheart is different, it is a collaborative story playing game. That means we all work together to tell this story. There will be times where I would ask a question during the narrative, like, for example, you're traveling through a forest. What looks odd in this forest? And you can come up with something that's odd in the forest that adds to the narrative. If you're playing a long campaign, you actually sit together as a group and work on building your world together, from cities to towns to everything that the world's about. All right, 1 second. Let me get to my notes.
That sounds super cool and something I have kind of just very slightly dabbled in when running 5e games, but I think it's really cool that it's baked
Oh,
into
yes.
the cake here.
All right. For the newer players with games like D&D, Daggerheart, it involves dice. Like D&D involves D20. Daggerheart uses what's called duality dice, which is 2d12s. But it's the same thing. You roll your dice, you add your modifiers, which we'll go over that in a minute, and you're trying to meet or beat a challenge. Like, for example, you're trying to beat a monster's armor. A monster armor could be the armor of the monster could be, say, 12. So you're trying to roll and beat the 12 on your attack roll so you can roll your damage. Or another example is, say you're in a contest of wits and you're debating some political figure. I might ask you to roll a roll based on that, say a knowledge roll or a persuasion roll, depending on the game. And it's the same thing. You would roll the dice, add your modifiers, and see if you meet or beat the DC that I set for that specific scenario. A lot of times, because I love role playing, if you role play that role real well, I'm going to admit you roll, you automatically win. That's just how I do. All right. We are going to look at character sheets real quick. So if y'all don't mind, pull up one of your character sheets. I am going to pull up Marlowe's.
And
We're
Goblin,
gonna.
just a question. I had sent a message in the group. You sent me the link in Demiplane, but I can't open it. I don't know how important that is.
1 second. What link did I send you? I'm sorry, I forget.
It's okay. You sent me. Sorry, I'm going back to the thing. You sent. First, I'm scrolling back up. You shared something in Demiplane with me. I'm trying to see where the exact.
Oh, the books.
Yes, I guess.
Okay,
I did
yeah.
see. Yeah, I did see the stuff you posted in the general chat too, with the character sheets, the GM guide, that kind of thing. Oh, it was the core rule book. that you shared. So I'm just getting. I don't know how important it is, Renee. It just says that you shared content, but when I click on it, nothing. It just brings me back to the main screen.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I am new to Demi Plane, especially about sharing content, so I'm not exactly sure, but I can do something else. 1 second. Let me pull it
Oh,
up.
yeah.
Doesn't it just make like official stuff available for like if you're creating characters and stuff?
Yeah, well, when you share your content, I was told it works like D&D Beyond, where they can look through the books, and when they build characters, it would add it in there as long as you're sharing it.
Okay.
But like I said,
And I'm
I
just sticking with the character as is tonight because I figured that was easiest because I've never played any
Yeah.
TCRPGs. So, but I just wasn't sure if it was, important to have that. If it's not, it's totally fine.
it's the big deal. If anybody's interested in looking through the rule book, I do suggest you buy the book to help support Demiplane. But that is a link I just posted in the Tuesday game to my Google Drive that has the PDF in it. So if you want to be able to flip through it just to get an idea, you're more than welcome to do that.
Much appreciated. Thank you.
I got a physical copy. Just got here yesterday.
Nice.
Mine's on back order, so I'm still waiting on my physical stuff. Anyways, let's get back to the game. Let's look at character sheets. I'm going to describe just a basics of it. The game actually teaches you as you go. I just going over some of the basics. As you open your character sheet, like I've got Marlowe's, at the top left-hand corner, you'll see a section that says evasion. It'll have a number above it. That is your armor class. When something is attacking you, that creature has to meet or beat that. Like Marlowe's is 10, so it has to roll a 10 or above to do damage.
Okay.
We'll skip armor for a second and go to your traits. Your traits are your agility, your strength, your finesse, your instinct, your presence, your knowledge. If you're familiar with D&D, they're the same as how they got their strength, con, dex, intelligence, and so on. Down below it, it'll say what each trait kind of relates to. Like agility is sprinting, dodging, leaping. Instinct is perceiving, senses, and navigate. So pretty much say you're in the woods and you want to try to look around. I would tell you to roll an instinct roll. And the good thing about roll 20, all you have to do is go up to instinct, click that, and it's going to pop up a box for you, and you just click roll. And it should roll the dice automatically in the chat box. Moving down from that, we get to our HP. HP is totally different in Daggerheart than it is in other RPGs. They use a threshold system. For example, Marlowe's says minor damage 7, major damage 14, then severe damage. When a creature rolls damage on you, they'll roll their damage dice, add it together. Say they rolled 8 damage. Well, 8 is between the 7 and 14 of Marlowe's, so that means she takes major damage, which is 2 HP dots. So you would go to your HP and color 2 dots or mark 2 dots showing you've had damage. This is where the armor comes in. Like Marlowe has 3 armor slots that she can spend. She can spend 1 armor slot to negate her damage and knock it from the 2 HP down to the 1 HP damage. Is everybody following me so far?
Oh, okay. Yeah, so it's kind of like you don't like the math you do initially on the dice roll, but you don't do like that much math when I'm actually bubbling in my HP. Okay.
No, yeah. Yeah, you
That's
just
kind of cool.
relate it to the damage. Say it's 15, so that met our 15 is over the 14 on Marlowe, so that would be 3 HP damage.
Yeah, it's like a rounding system or something. Okay,
Yeah.
I follow.
It also helps, like in D&D and Pathfinder, there's a chance that, a dragon could go and just one shot a creature. Just do so much massive damage, instant death. This kind of stops that because the most damage you're going to do to somebody is 3 HP.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay.
All right. Let's see. Proficiency is just how much dice you roll when you roll damage. 2 proficiency would mean you roll like a 2d8 or a 2d6. 1 proficiency means, like, if you look at your weapon, you roll a 1d6 plus 3 right now because you have 1 proficiency. Hope, we'll go over that in a second. Experiences. Experiences is a very abstract ability. If you're trying to do something that's related to your experience, like not on my watch for Marlowe, you could spend a hope and add that to your roll, which is a +2. All right, and we're about to get
Is
into.
is adding an experience to so let's say I'm adding my experience to some kind of like skill type role. Is that always going to cost a hope, or is that up to you, the GM?
Yes, it will always cost a hope.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
All right. All right. Now that we covered our character sheets, let's talk about how we roll dice in Daggerheart. I'll give you the basics, and we'll learn as we go. First, you grab two d12s. If you was at your normal table, you'd probably use two different color 12s to tell the difference. This is called duality dice. You purpose decide which one represents hope and which one represents fear. When you have your character do something in the story that is dangerous or result in a consequence, I'll probably ask you to make an action roll. You'll roll both these d12s and add the applicable character traits to the result. I'll usually tell you which one it is, but sometimes I might ask you which one do you think is best. Let's say you make an agility roll and you have a +2 in that trait. All right. You'll roll the 2d12, add the +2. Say you rolled a 10 hope and a 6 hope and a 10 fear, which equals 16. Add the 2, that makes 18. That means you rolled 18 with fear because the fear dice was the higher dice. If you rolled an 18 with hope, that means the hope dice was higher, for example. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. If you roll with
And
hope,
the hope dice is the gold looking dice in roll 20,
yes,
is that right? Yeah, okay, cool.
yes, it is. If you roll with hope, you earn a hope. So you can go to your hope and add a hope to yourself, pretty much. And hope has lots of abilities. There's like on Marlowe, she has an ability called Sorcerer's Hope, which is spend 3 hope to reroll any number of damage dice on an attack that deals magic damage. So there's a bunch of different things based on the cards and abilities that you can spend hope. Like you can spend hope for experiences. And if you roll with fear, I gain fear every time you roll with fear. And I can have a max of 12. Fear is used to change the narrative, for me to be able to act in combat, and do different things like that. I can spend fear to do GM things, which I'll explain that more as I'm doing them throughout the game. All right, we've talked about how we roll dice. Let's talk how we do the story. Usually I'll set a difficulty of a roll based on the situation, like 6, 14, or 25, and your goal is to meet or beat that number. If an ability or spell has a number on it, for example, if you have a spell that says, like, say, spellcast roll, and in parentheses 13, that is the number you have to beat. All right, finally, we're going to talk about combat. One thing about Daggerheart, there is no initiative to combat. You decide when you want to go. It can be collaborative. You know, you can strategize on who wants to go next, who wants to go this time, but there is no initiative. And like I said, if you haven't played before, initiative, like in D&D, everybody would roll a dex roll, and then you put yourself in order, and that order determines who goes and when they go.
That was the hardest concept to wrap my head around. Because I've been playing
It
D&D
is.
since 1980, so I've never.
It is interesting, and see, that's another thing that fear comes in. You have to roll with fear before my guys can go, or I have to spend a fear for my guys to go.
Wow.
That is the bare bones basic. Like I said, this is a collaborative role play focused game, so feel free to role play your characters. I know someone new, and some role playing can be scary, so I mean, I'm not going to push anybody to do anything outside their comfort zones. Before we jump into the actual adventure, we'll go over who is who's playing what. Like I said, I'm Goblin or Joseph. My pronouns is he, him. I will try to stay in character pronouns of whatever your character is. So just make sure you let me know how that is, if it's male or female. And we will start with Clay. Who are you and who are you playing?
Hi, I am Marlowe Fairwind, a Loreborn Elf Sorcerer.
All right. Marlo is a girl, correct? Or do you want to? You can be a boy
Yeah.
or girl, either one. Okay.
Oh no, well, yeah, it looks like, yeah, she, her is fine. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
Yep. Cool.
All right. Next up is Krista.
Hello, my name is Krista. I am playing Garrick Reed, he, him. My pronouns are she, her. He is a highborn human warrior. Um, and I haven't played Daggerheart yet, so I'm excited. But I've been playing D&D for not that long either. I started back in November of this last year, but I've kind of dove headfirst in, so I I play as much as possible.
Nice.
Awesome.
And next up is Refining Firefox.
Hey guys. Also, side note, my name is Ari. I'm playing Varian Soto, a wildborn Qatari ranger. It says in the profile they them, so we'll stick with that. And I'm completely new at this. My cousin is a GM, so that's how I kind of got introduced to this stuff. And I've been watching a lot of like Critical Role or Dimension 20 online and following that, but just there's nothing local. So this is the first. We're ripping off the Band-Aid tonight, guys.
Nice.
Welcome. Hell yeah.
Yes,
Yes,
welcome.
Long
And
time coming.
Last but not least, Tegan.
So Tegan, I was actually looking. You said one of y'all mentioned seeing pronouns like on the character sheet. I didn't see mine. I guess any Tegan Sapphire is a Slyborn fairy bard, and any pronouns is fine. And been playing D&D for a little bit, but this is my first time playing Daggerheart. Always have appreciated like a narrative forward structure, so I'm hype.
All right.
I got
And before we
skipped.
jump into, oh, I'm sorry, Sniper Girl. Your turn. My mistake. Apologize.
My name's Lori, and I've been mostly dungeon mastering D&D since like 1980. I'm an old lady, so. But this is my
Hell
first
yeah.
time playing Daggerheart. I bought the book. I got it here yesterday. I've been watching a lot of videos online to figure out how to play it. So I'm somewhat familiar with how it's supposed to work, but I've never actually done it. So I'm real excited in trying that. I'm playing Carrie Nix, a Ridgeborn Giant Guardian.
Oh, that's right. You're my tank.
Yes, I'm the tank. Well, I'm the
Save me.
protector. Yes. I'm here to protect the
Awesome.
squishies from damage.
Yes, that's right. I'm here to be squishy. Awesome. Very cool.
All right. Real quick before we jump in, let me make sure everybody is attached to their proper tokens so y'all can move things around on the board.
Oh, we have tokens.
I was gonna
All right.
ask, is there a way for us to see in Roll20 what everyone's? I mean, I can see obviously everyone's pictures, but to see what their races and classes are. Is there a way to see that there?
Well, the character sheet should be open to everybody.
Yeah.
Should be able to open up each individual character sheet and look at it if you want to.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't realize you
Yeah.
could open each of them. Never mind.
Yep. Oh, I didn't even realize my character only has one eye.
I'm actually glad that you asked that because I didn't know that either. Now I'm looking at everybody's thing. So that's
I was
cool.
going by the picture in the middle of the sheet of the lady with the hair, and I was like, oh wait, that's my character over there.
I'm just gonna lurk and be like, "So, what's that agility actually?"
All right.
Yeah, awesome.
Varian Soto. What is your Roll20 name? Who's
My Roll20
playing
name?
that? Yes.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like your like
on the screen.
Alina, Tegan, KC, screen name. Yes. So I can attach you to the token.
Oh, Refining Firefox. Oh, Refining Firefox. Sorry.
There's nobody with that name.
Are you in? Are you in? Did you launch the Roll20 game?
Yeah, I'm in there. See everybody.
Oh, what
I
is
have,
your?
Which one are you on the
Oh.
bottom?
Yeah, I have Alina,
says
Tegan,
Ariana.
KC. Ariana, got it.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
All right.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Save changes.
I looked up Qatari pictures on Google.
All right, Garrett.
kidding.
What is your Roll20 name?
I just changed it to Garrick Reed, but it was Illustrious
Okay.
Gemini.
Oh, got it. Awesome.
Oh.
Right. Tegan.
Yeah, I can.
Tegan
change mine
is
too.
Tegan.
It'll be easier that way.
Yeah, I figured I would change my Roll20 to just make it easier.
And Marlo is Casey. All right. And I think Kari's the only one I haven't done yet. Everybody just test your tokens. Make sure you can slide them around. Kari's giving me issues, so let me delete
My token's
that one.
gone.
And
It
pull it.
disappeared. Oh, there it is.
Ooh.
I can't move mine.
Yeah, Kari's is acting weird. Hold on.
Lucky me. Roll20 hates me some nights.
It always happens to the GMs.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, that's what it's doing. Okay, awesome. I figured it out. And playing Kari is Kari Nix. I see it right there.
Yep. Change
Awesome.
my name. Make it easy.
All right, everybody should be able to move tokens around now.
There we go. Okay, yeah. That works.
Awesome.
Also, I don't know. This is just this is how I like it, but if you like, if the everybody's like names at the bottom of your screen are big boxes and you just want it to be just the name, you can change that if you'd like in your
Oh,
setting.
how do we do that?
Yeah, so if you go
Okay.
to the gear on the right top side of Roll20, and then you click on audio and video,
Mhm.
and then you click on video display, it'll say player video / avatar size. You can click on the
Mhm.
drop down and put names only. That's how I prefer it.
Yeah,
Yes,
me
me
too,
too.
because the picture's
Thank
getting
you for-
away.
Nice.
Yeah, I have the
helpful,
same
thank you.
feeling.
All right. I'm going to read the initial synopsis, and then we will jump into it. Is everybody ready? Everything situated?
Ready?
Yeah, I guess.
Good
All
to
right.
go.
All right. Marlo Fairwind, elf sorcerer and personal mage to King Emerus, has brought together her most trusted allies to accomplish a mission of gravest importance to the king. You must ensure a certain item reaches the Whitefire Arcanist in the village of Hush, deep in the ancient and magical forest of the Sablewood. The item is magically sealed within a large, heavy crate. The job is mysterious, and the road holds many dangers, but the king trusts Marlo, and Marlo trusts you. If you can stay the course, if your hope can overcome your fear, then reward and glory await you at the finish line. First thing first, on your character sheet, make sure everybody has 2 hope.
Perfect.
I technically start with 5 fear since there's 5 players in playing. It's 1 fear for each player.
Yeah, with 5-on-1, that sounds fair.
As you are traveling, you've been traveling for hours, for days, even as you make your way to the Sablewood. This evening, the party finally has made it to the Sablewood, a sprawling forest of colossal trees. Some say are even older than the Forgotten Gods. It's a place renowned for 2 things: its sunken pathways that provide the trade routes for many traveling merchants, and its unique hybrid animals. Even now, from your carriage, you can hear strange sounds: the low calls of the lockmoths, the croaks of the lemur toads, and the skittering of a family of foxbacks in the underbrush. One of you is driving the carriage. Who is it?
Not me.
1, 2, 3, not it.
Well,
I can drive it. Garrick's driving.
Eric
Yes.
is driving. Awesome. As you sit on the carriage, it's a 2-horse pulled carriage. Is this carriage, everybody, an open carriage where the back is open to the elements, or is it a closed carriage?
I'm gonna say close, because then this way, if we're on a secret mission, nobody can really see what we've got going on.
Yeah. How big is the
Nice.
cargo we're carrying?
It is a large size box. It would take up maybe 2 to 3/4 of the back of the carriage.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So
covered
we're
is better.
squished.
All right. Who is inside the covered part with the package, and and you can also be walking out beside the carriage. Just depends on where you would like to be, or even there's a jumper seat beside the driver, so somebody could be sitting, shotgun with the driver.
Well, if I'm a giant, I'd probably be a tight fit for me and be inside, so I should be outside somewhere, either
Okay.
walking or riding or whatever.
I think Varian should be up front, considering I've got the bow, and I can keep an eye out. What's going on?
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll be walking alongside like the Secret Service.
Awesome.
Yeah, I would definitely like to be inside, right on top of that box. The king kind of put this a bit in my hands, and I'm not going to fail the king.
Okay.
I have an odd request. I noticed that my character can fly. Can I be and is very small? Can I be perched on the cover, like kind of like flitting around near the driver's seat and maybe bothering our driver from time to time?
Oh, definitely. This is y'all's game. That is more than allowed. So yes, definitely.
Awesome. And so if you the driver, I can't remember who was driving again.
Garrett.
Garrett. Okay. If you hear Derek, if you hear like a little mosquito noise, or if you you feel somebody tap your left shoulder and then you look to the left, and nobody's there. It's probably Tegan just being a little menace.
Like, I'm just trying to have some fun on this trip, guys.
Yeah.
In-flight
right.
entertainment.
Kari, as you're walking beside the wagon, you notice something unique about the look of these trees here at the Sablewood. What is it?
Well, given the nature of the forest, they have like hybrid animals. Maybe the trees are hybrid too, and they have some sort of mixing with other plants.
Oh, that is awesome. Yeah,
Cool.
definitely. The look of the trees, you'll see some tall trees with little rose bushes blooming off the sides of them, and the various flowers, making it a very pretty sight as you get deeper into the Sablewood. The travel gets slow and progress is not fast as you come across a sharp turn. It turns to the left. It's hard to see around that curve. Do y'all continue just going around the curve, or do y'all slow down? What do y'all do?
I can scout ahead
sorry.
if you want.
I missed. What was it that we saw?
A sharp turn.
Oh, a sharp turn. Okay, gotcha.
I think
Yeah,
I'm gonna
that sounds
slow the carriage down a little bit and kind
Or a
of.
fairy could scout ahead.
It's very
Well,
convenient.
The flying one.
Sure. But is easily distracted, I think.
No, yeah.
Maybe does somebody point it out to Tegan?
I was gonna say Varian can kind of get out and start crouching around because it's cat-like, being able to kind of sneak and get a little glimpse of what might be ahead, perhaps, and then using Tegan as like backup just in case if it's like, well, I can't see past this, then I'll send out Tegan.
Okay.
Really?
All right. Yeah, I think if somebody is like signaling me to do that, Tegan won't come up with this plan on my own. Yeah. But I'll follow your lead.
Varian, are you trying to be sneaky as you're moving up to look around that corner?
Yes.
Okay, so we will roll our first roll of the night.
First roll of the night. Let's go.
This will be a
Right.
finesse roll. Like I said, on your character sheet, all you have to do is click that +1 on your finesse, and it should pop up the box for you.
On my finesse, because I am a +1 on the finesse.
Nice.
Okay, so then I just hit that and then just hit roll. I don't have to do anything else to it.
Right. Just hit roll.
Let's do it.
All right.
work?
That is what is called a
Ooh.
critical. Double numbers on any number 1 through 12 is an automatic
Ooh.
critical.
Nice.
Cool.
That means you do gain a hope. If you had to have
Okay.
a stress, which is another feature we'll go over later, that would be removed. But yeah, you are sneaky. You are hidden. You instantly succeed on your stealth as you creep up to look around the corner. As you get a little closer to the corner, you hear a noise, almost like something's crunching. And as your eyes kind of lean into the turn, you see this.
Oh, I've got to pick. Okay. Oh, there it is.
Oh,
Oh, is that like an owl wolf or something?
yeah.
Uh,
Something?
Looks like it.
as you
What about owl
look around, as you look around the corner, you see an overturned merchant's cart lying sideways in the path before you, blocking your way. A scattering of fruits and vegetables lead the trail. From the side of the carriage steps a Strix wolf, a large creature with the body of a wolf, the face of an owl, and large wings adorning its back. It finishes chewing its meal, the hand of the dead merchant, as it stares off. You rolled a critical, so that part won't matter because it doesn't see you. As it tries to finish its meal, just kind of staring down, not really noticing anything. But you do notice, out from around the other side of the carriage, stumbling, is two little pups moving towards its mama.
Oh.
Oh. Oh no.
Moral dilemma number
Give me a
one.
second, guys. Give me a second, guys. I'm reading my features. Okay, hold on. So, hold on. So what I did is not what I did just roll is a trait roll. That's not a damage roll, right?
Right. That's just saying you are sneaky. You are stealth. You are in the bushes,
Okay.
and nothing sees you right now.
Okay. Do I have to do anything in this moment
No.
because I've seen them? Because
Yeah, you could do something. You could like shoot your bow if you wanted to, for example, or you could just sneak right back to your group, let them know, and decide as a group if you wanted to.
Let's do that, because while I do have a ruthless predator, I would like to discuss with the group before we murder some younglings.
Yeah, that's great. I'm definitely going to ask from, within the carriage, why have we kind of come to a stop? What's going on?
Oh, fine. I'll go and see. And Tegan flutters off towards Derek as probably as you're coming back. Maybe like bumps into you on the way back. What'd you see?
Yeah, what's up there? No, what's up there?
So guys, so here's the thing. So there's this really, really large and very well, I would say hungry, but they're kind of full at the moment. Strix wolf. But there's these like little tiny little buggers that are with them, and yeah. Do we want to kill? I mean, I can kill them, but you know, if we're gonna kill them, we gotta kill all of them. Because you know,
How do
we can't leave witnesses.
How do we know they're full? What do you mean?
Well, the dead merchant on the floor whose entrails are out, I would say would equal
goodness.
that they're full.
Oh, maybe that's why maybe that's why
merchant.
they hired us to guard this.
Maybe.
How much are they paying you?
Yeah, really. I can try to scare them off.
Well, why don't we just wait for them to finish eating? Maybe they'll be done and they'll just leave.
That's true.
One thing I know is I'm not gonna leave this carriage.
Good idea.
Yeah. Can somebody keep an eye on them? See.
Oh, sure, why not? I want to take a peek anyways. Tegan will flutter up, see if I can perch on a branch somewhere, and be sneaky, and just I'll see if I can keep an eye out, maybe somewhere that like I can peer around the bend, and also mostly have line of sight to my party, so they can see me.
And you're
with
trying
this-
to be sneaky, right?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, roll that finesse roll.
All right. Oh, there's some finesse.
All right, that is a
Six total with fear.
Oh God.
okay. Yeah, sure.
Bad.
I do gain
Yeah.
a fear.
I
so
wanted to turn Ari's success into a failure. So.
All
And
right.
that is why Varian is in between Tegan and the rest of the party, because I got to keep an eye on you.
All right. Tegan, yeah, you do make it to a branch, a tree not too far from the the Strix Wolf, but as you settle yourself on the branch, you kind of misjudged your weight in the way of the branch, and the branch does snap as you plummet to the ground just a few feet, hitting the earth. As you hit the earth, the Strix Wolf head does jerk up, and it looks at you warily. It lets out a loud hoot, letting you think that you might not be alone. As you see one of its wings lower down in front of its pups.
I immediately scream and fly back to the party as fast as I can. Ah!
Okay.
Well, that was quick.
I
What
want
happened?
I want to advance so I can put like myself between the thing and the rest of the group.
Oh, definitely. I did pull up a battle map, and you should be able to see your tokens
Okay, yeah, I
and the
want to try
screen.
and put myself
Eh.
between them and her in case she attacks.
If I may, I would love to just like cower right behind our tank. Just
Oh, there we go.
just like kind of flying, like peeking over your shoulder at the scary Strix Wolf.
It looks like the turned over cart, is that completely blocking the road that we wouldn't even be able to get by?
Yes, as you kind of make your way around the corner, you see that cart. It is completely blocking the road. Off the road a little bit, you see a couple of dead horses still connected to the cart. But it looks like if you disconnected them and moved the cart, you could get by.
Well, it's like you said, it's full. Maybe it won't eat us if we just let it finish and leave.
Could we perhaps try and distract or get the Strix Wolf's attention elsewhere to make it like fly away?
Yeah, definitely. How would you do that? What would you make loud noises, bang on stuff? What?
To quote The Lion King, live bait. Tegan?
Oh my god.
Sorry, I couldn't help it.
I love it. That's great.
Seeing if there's does anyone I'm trying to open up everyone's character sheets. Does anyone have like any type of like magic type
Dude,
of
I was
thing?
just looking at that same thing. I was
Got a
looking.
lot.
I do have okay, so I now that you mention that, wait, does Derek actually say live bait and look at Tegan? Because I think that's really funny.
Just be like live bait. Be like, you got us into this mess. You're gonna help get us.
Well, just because I'm not as quiet. Hey, I thought that branch was stronger. The woods here are strange. Okay. Okay, you know what? Maybe I can try something. I could try maybe putting the big one to sleep.
That's a good idea.
An idea?
Sure.
The problem is I do have to get pretty close.
How close?
Yes.
Legally speaking, very close.
Don't worry, I got your back.
All right. This is a good part to explain ranges and how
Yeah.
Daggerheart does ranges, because it's a little abstract based off of like if you use D&D 30 foot and all that.
Yeah.
Melee range is within touching distance.
Yeah.
Then you got very close range, which is 5 to 10 feet. Then you have close range, which is 10 to 30. Far range, which is 30 to 100, and very far, which is 100 to 300. Typically in combat, you can move within close range. You can go farther, but you have to roll an agility roll to continue moving past close.
So that's like 30 feet?
And
Yeah, about 30 feet, yes.
Okay.
I have a thing with Lightfoot that I'm naturally silent and have an advantage on rolls without being heard. Can I help Tegan some way? Like if Tegan's like jumps on my back?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
All right, Tegan, it's a team up.
Tegan backpack time. Let's go.
What's your favorite?
I think Tegan is definitely like one of the. I don't know if you've ever given like a piggyback ride to a kid who is just like too like all over the place.
Eager?
But
Oh yeah.
yeah, like Tegan is like grabbing like one hand is on your throat and one is like on your eye for a second. You have to like be like, wait, no, stop it! Like, and then it has to like adjust. They're
Tegan, I have
They-
fur. Stop
Oh,
pulling.
oh, okay. Well, I don't know how this works. Where are your
All right.
wings? What's wrong with you?
All right. You're welcome to move your tokens as you're doing this. I will need, if you're being stealthy, a stealth roll,
All
a
right.
Okay.
finesse.
So where do I? Okay, so I've got to go to. Wait, hold on. Sorry, I think I clicked on something accidentally. All right, so
And
I'm
it-
going to.
And if you have advantage, that there's a button that says advantage, but just so everybody knows, advantage is a plus a d6. Disadvantage is minus a d6.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Let me see here. I want to make sure I'm on the right thing. Is it to manifest? We got this pulled over to the side of the screen. Oh, and then there's something. It says gain a bonus to your evasion equal to half of your agility.
That might have automatically did it when the character sheet was done. You're varying,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
Yeah, because you got a plus
Okay, so
13
then-
evasion, so you have a pretty good evasion.
All right. So if I'm on finesse, and then it's already the hope and fear. It's +1, and then it says
Click the
reroll-
advantage.
Hold on. Wait, why is it not? 1 second. Sorry, I'm looking at the thing. Let me go back. I don't know why it wasn't letting me. Okay, hold on. Let me try it here. Finesse. Oh, there it is. Okay, and then I'm then clicking advantage.
Yes,
All right, clicking advantage and then roll.
that's it.
I was just on the screen.
So a 21 with fear. So yes, you definitely succeed in your stealth. But with Tegan on your back, it's very stressful. So you are going to mark what is called a stress. So pretty much
Okay.
there should be a box that says stress. And it is once the character sheet loads up. Stress is
One-
right below HP.
Okay, and then add the 1.
Pretty much as you build stress, once you completely fill in your stress, then the next stress would be an HP mark.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
But that's just like stressful
Thank-
situations, stuff like that. All right. But yeah, you're able to it. So just slide your tokens however close you're kind of sleeking up to the Strix Wolf.
All right.
Here.
All right. Tegan backpack. Here we go.
I'm not good at stealth, so I'm not gonna follow too
Alright.
closely behind them. But I want
Um,
to stay close enough where I can catch their back if some
Okay.
things go sideways.
Since
good.
Tegan left screamed and left the first time, the Strix Wolf has been kind of focused on her pups, and the food. So yeah, y'all are able to sneak up without startling her. What would y'all like to do? Or what would anybody like to do?
Yeah, okay. I will continue as planned, I suppose, and I will try to cast Slumber on it.
Ooh.
So it says on a success they're asleep until until they take damage or the GM spends a fear on their turn to clear this condition. So wish me luck, guys. Here's my spellcast roll.
That
is
is
a 14 with fear.
14 with fear, and it is very close, which is 10 to 15, so you are good there.
Okay.
14 with fear, so yeah, their evasion is definitely. You see the Strix Wolf kind of her wings are protective around her pups, but then she relaxes and kind of settles down on top of them. Pups kind of squirming out from under her, but she is asleep.
I will say, okay, so for flavor, I think for Tegan, Tegan's, I think, voice up until this point has been probably a little bit grating after the days of travel. But they, being a bard, they do kind of, it's almost like a switch flips. and they go into like a very melodic, non-verbal, almost bird-like, almost kind of bird-like melody, and pulls out their flute and just kind of starts making very serene music, and maybe that Thanksgiving dinner effect kind of goes in, and this this Strixwolf has just a really nice food coma. Is my hope for them.
All right. As the music is playing, Garrick and Marlowe, are y'all still at the cart? Are y'all staying back, keeping the cart back, or do y'all pull forward a little bit?
I was thinking perhaps we start to slowly pull forward, and our strong team member can perhaps try to clear the road a bit.
Yeah,
How
so
far forward would y'all like to go? Is that good, or is that too close?
That might be too
That's-
close if it
that's
wakes
probably-
up and attacks.
yeah, yeah, that's good. Yeah,
Okay.
as
So
as we hear the music from Tegan, I look over at Marlowe and I'm like, "Do you hear his voice? Do you hear their voice?"
Yes, they sound lovely. I think they're lulling the animal to sleep, so we should cautiously move forward, and hopefully we can clear the way and get by.
Okay, I will creep forward. I just don't want to get too close. We don't know, and we need to stay here with the goods. We don't want to
Absolutely.
let them know that we have something in here.
You're welcome to move your token wherever you'd like. The Strixwolf is asleep. Unless you make some
Okay.
super loud noise, it's probably not going to wake up.
Right. Garrick, you and I should probably try to get this cart out of the road.
Right. Marlo, will you stay here with the goods?
I am not leaving this box.
All right.
All right. As y'all are moving around, is anybody being perceptive at the moment? Or are y'all just focused on the task?
I mean, I'm definitely
Yeah, we're alert to
Eyes,
anything else that might
ears,
come out of the bushes.
wide open, especially since I'm alone in the cart with this very important box.
Anybody who wants to is welcome to roll a perception roll. If you're a perceive roll, which would be, I believe, like I said, it's a little different. So hold on. I believe that is instinct.
Instant. Yeah.
Perceive.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Give that a shot.
Remember, if you have anything that might work with your experiences, let me know. That's always
No,
good to get a plus
not
2.
this. Oh, let's see. How do I do this? Okay. Ooh.
21 with
Oh, that's
fear.
good, but with fear.
That gives me a total of 7 fear.
We have given you so much
God.
fear.
all the just have
Well, I
all
started
the
with
fear.
5, so I mean, anyways, Kari, as you're kind of walking around to the cart to try to get to moving it, you got the body there, you got the sleeping Strix, but you notice bushes around you shaking and moving, and your eyes kind of focus on them, and you're able to pick out certain creatures trying to sneak up on you.
Ooh.
Oh, I just did something I don't think I was
The
supposed
map's
to. One
gone.
We went to alternate
Oh.
dimension.
Where's
I'm
the
on-
map? Where's the map? Where's
Map layer. There we go. I was on the wrong layer. I don't use Roll20 a lot. I'm more of a Foundry fan, but
Oh, okay.
Daggerheart is
I've done
Daggerheart
that
is
too.
only on.
Mhm.
Daggerheart is mainly supported by Roll20 right now.
Yeah.
Right.
I
you
use
see these
Roll20
creatures.
exclusively, so if you need any help, let me know.
Well, I did, especially when I did D&D a lot.
Mhm.
But Pathfinder 2E, Foundry is so awesome with the automations.
Oh, yeah.
It really is, yeah.
Yeah.
You see these creatures
Oh.
in the bushes try to be sneaky. Kari, I'll show you how they look. You see one behind you that kind of looks like that guy.
Okay.
And the other one sneaking up look like that. What do you
Ooh.
do? Do you point them out? Do you
Yeah,
yell? What do you?
I definitely point them out. Say, ambush, ambush.
All right, and this is where we go into combat. Combat's the same as anything else. You can decide when you want to go and when you want to take an action. Combat always starts with the players, unless I have a special ability that lets my guys go, or I spend a fear to go first. So y'all can collaborate, decide who goes when, or you just say, "I want to take my turn," and take your turn.
Yeah, I'll go. Because Carrie has not afraid of anything.
It makes sense. You're the first one to notice them, first
Yeah.
one to react.
Okay. So,
Awesome.
can I like just charge at this guy and attack?
Definitely. Oh,
Okay.
definitely.
All right. So how do I attack?
You open up your character sheet to see what
yeah.
weapons you have.
I have a battle axe.
Yes. Right there on the battle axe, it already has that hyperlink. It says strength +2.
Okay.
You just click it, and it should pop up the box for you to roll.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay.
Right. An 18 with fear. So I bump up to 8 fear. So that is a hit, I do believe. So far, creature tokens are not linked to anything. 18
okay.
is a hit.
Okay.
Roll me damage.
Right here.
So that's a 13, which is a
Nice.
severe hit. That is 3 HP off of him. How does it look as
Nice.
you? You got this battle axe. You
Mhm.
run up. Oh wait a second, I'm on the wrong bad guy. Oh wait, cool. He's not dead. He's almost dead, but he's not dead quite dead. How does it look as you run with your battle axe and just slam it into this guy?
Yeah, I just run. I give off a battle cry, ah, and I run straight at him and just swing downwards with my battle axe.
All right, yeah. He is stunned for a second, but he quickly regains his composure. Blood kind of pouring from the top of his head where he got hit. And since you rolled with fear, it is now my guy's turn. I first start off by spotlighting one of the characters, and since he just got attacked, he is getting the spotlight.
Okay.
So he is going to go. He's going to snarl at you, lift his foot. You will see like a blue glow kind of go around his foot as he attempts to kick you.
Okay.
I'm assuming a 19 does meet or beat your evasion.
Oh yeah, far and away.
All right. Oh yeah, so that's one difference too. Y'all roll with the duality dice, the 2d12s. DMs, they still roll with a d20. Push our d 2d6 plus 3. So you get hit for 8 points of damage, and just whatever HP that is in the threshold. He also has a special effect. This is a magical kick. As he kicks you in the chest, it blasts you backwards into far range.
How far is that?
Far range is, we pull my ranges up. That is 30 to 100 feet.
Holy crap!
So
Okay.
I want to say you stop just right there by Garrick because you're going to run into him.
Okay.
So you slide into Garrick. Hitting you with that kind of force, you both are knocked prone at the moment.
Okay. How much damage did they do to me?
There was a total of 8.
8. Okay, so that's minor damage. That's 1 hit point. Okay.
Right.
Got it.
And like I said, if you have armor and you don't want to take it, you can spend armor to take no damage.
Right. Okay.
And prone means you are what's called vulnerable while you're prone, which means anybody attacking you while you're prone, they have advantage.
Okay.
All right. That's his turn. Now, I could pass it back to you, or I could spend an additional fear to highlight another bad guy, which I think I will do. So I'm going to go from 8 fear down to 7, and I'm going to highlight this little guy.
Spend him, GM. Let's go.
Oh, there's another guy behind us I didn't see. Ooh.
I'm going to highlight this guy right here. Hey, is
Uh-oh.
Tegan still on the back of...
Oh gosh,
He's
yeah,
going for
they
the
pretty much, they
squishies.
definitely are. Yeah, Tegan is probably like doesn't even notice, like still trying to play their little melody to give y'all a little background noise.
All right, so this
So
guy's going to...
I've got a
Go ahead.
couple. Sorry, I interrupted. You can go.
No,
It's fine.
you're good. Go ahead.
Because I had a plan before you moved that guy, because I have the vicious entangle for a target that's in a farther range, and if it's a success, then it goes against another adversary. That being said, since now this one is right next to us, I have the retracting claws, making agility roll to scratch a target within melee range. On a success, they become temporarily vulnerable, and it's a +2 agility roll.
Oh, cool. So yeah,
Since-
maybe on our turn we can go for that then.
Yes.
That sounds
Yes.
good. Like
Yeah.
Yes, on your turn, if you want to go first, that's fine, and you could do that
Yeah.
attack. But real quick, this guy jumps out of the bushes. He leaps towards Varian, his rusty, broken dagger in his hand as he swings, which is a D20 +1, or D20 +1. Does a 15 meet or beat your evasion?
Wait. Where's the
Evasion is the top left corner.
Hold on, sorry. Let me open it
You're
up.
fine.
My evasion is a 13.
So that is a hit. So they get to roll a 1d8 +5 /RD8
Oh.
5, which is a total of 9 HP damage. So now pretty much you just look at your threshold to see where it's between on
Okay,
HP.
So then. Okay. So, because then if it's a 9, then it goes. So I mark 2 HPs. Okay.
Exactly. Now, if
Got
you
it.
want to spend one of
following.
your armor slots, because you do have 4 armor slots, you can spend 1 armor and knock it down to 1 HP damage. If you wanted to.
Can I
And so
gain armor back?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. So would you then just like repair your armor later instead of trying to heal? Is that
Yes,
the idea? Okay.
During downtime, short times, you get like a short rest. You get to do 2 moves. You can do like a treat wounds, a repair armor, clear stress, stuff like that during your short rest
Okay.
and long rest.
So it's like in
Alright.
our best interest to use armor like when we get hit.
That's up to you, being strategic, and but you are allowed up to 4 short rests a day and 1 long rest.
Okay.
Ah,
Well,
okay.
considering it was 2 HP hit, then I would say yeah, I'll take 1 armor slot off.
Okay, so that means just 1 damage. That is his go. Like I said, I could keep going around the table, spending armor, letting all my guys go. None of my bad guys can go twice though. But I'm going to end it there and move it back to you guys. So it is y'all's turn. I do believe Varin, you was wanting to go next.
I mean, I can, unless Tegan wanted to go, because I know I was thinking out loud and forgot
Oh,
we
no,
had
that's I
turns.
think it's a cool idea because then you could set up vulnerable and then we could take
Right.
advantage of that.
And
I think
then-
that's a cool idea, yeah.
I'm enjoying our team up here, Tegan. Okay, so
Yeah.
let me just go to my features. So that was, yeah, the retracting claws make an agility roll to scratch a target within melee range. On a success, they become temporarily vulnerable, and that says 2+ agility roll. So then, if I'm going back to, sorry, I have my screen like split, so because of changes, what sections I can have open. Okay, so then if and I already have a 2+ agility. So if I click on,
Yeah,
And then-
actually, where it says retracting claws, if you click that agility roll right there on the card, it will roll it for you.
oh, okay, so then let me go there. Trying to get used to this. Okay, that was
Let's
vicious
see.
tangle. We're saving that features. Okay, that is agility roll, and then just hit roll. Please work.
12.
God damn it.
That is a miss. As you swing your blades, the Thistlefolk ambusher sees it and kind of steps back quickly. The blades barely missing the chest, or the claws barely missing his chest.
But you did get a hope.
You did gain a hope, because that was with hope. And
Okay.
anybody else can go now, or you can go again. That's the fun thing about no initiative is who wants to go next.
Distances are confusing me. How far away is very close in like squares?
Okay, every
15?
square is
I think
5
15.
feet, and
Right.
very close is 5 to 10 feet. So that'd be 1 to 2 squares.
Oh,
Okay.
5%, okay.
Okay. Got it.
I do believe the little measuring tool does do it good for you. Yes.
Yeah, it
The
does.
measuring tool does.
It does it in feet, yeah, but I didn't know how many feet was what.
Yeah, I got you.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay.
So who would like to go
Um,
next?
Who
I can
hasn't
go
gone?
next.
Yeah, go for
Yeah,
it.
so Garrick was knocked prone, so he's gonna like stand up. Well, did he get knocked down?
Yes,
She
yes,
Yeah,
he
fell into
because I
was.
him.
fell into him.
Okay.
Does
All
it
right.
does
So
it
he's
cost you
gonna.
anything to stand up?
No, no, just stand
Oh,
up.
okay.
And then he's gonna just stand up and go, "My God, watch out for that man's feet!" And he's gonna charge him with his long sword and try to stab him.
Nice.
Right.
11 with fear. 11 is a miss, I do believe. Yes, yes.
Need
As
some
you
help on our side.
as you swing with your longsword, yeah,
Yeah.
he does steps to the side, you missing, and I do gain a fear. So I'm back up to 8, and it is my turn because y'all rolled with fear.
I think we're rolling every roll with fear.
Uh, I am going to spend a fear to change something in the environment.
Uh-oh.
So this battle is raging. It's loud, and that's Strixwolf. So I'm going down to
I knew
7
it.
fear.
Yep, he's gonna wake
I
up.
knew it.
Damn.
The Strixwolf is going to wake up.
No.
Maybe it'll fly away with all this battle going on.
All right. Next up, I will target a creature. I'm going to do this one that hasn't gone yet, and he is going to run down towards Garrick and try to decapitate him.
Oh my goodness.
God.
Well, that's not good. That's a little extreme. He's just going to try to stab him in the gut. So D20 plus 1. And a 8. Does that meet or beat your evasion, Garrick?
That misses.
Misses. So he swings wildly, missing you clearly. And I am going to spend one more fear. Bring me down to 6. To do the only guy that hasn't moved yet. And this we just got up top. He's going to go. Let's see. That's longer than far range. Yeah, he'll do that. He's going to spend an agility roll for his action to try to run up to Kari. His agility is plus 1. So he does. Okay. But his whole action is running. He does not get a chance to attack, but he does make it to Kari.
Okay.
I'm not going to move anybody else. It is you guys' turn. Who would like to go?
I'll go.
So
All right, go ahead.
All right. Now can I move anytime I want?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. So I want to position myself like right here. Okay. My battle axe has a range of very close, so I can still hit these two guys. One of
Yes.
either one, right? Okay. I'm going to hit the guy that's attacking the squishies. This guy over here.
Gotcha.
Okay. Ooh,
That is a 23 with fear, so that is
more
a hit.
fear.
Nice roll.
I'm up to 7. Roll your damage.
Damage goes here. Where is it here? 11.
11 points of damage. Kari hits hard.
Yeah.
11 is 2 HP. So as you slam your war axe into battle axe into him, he gasps in pain, kind of holding his chest with one hand. He is still standing, but barely. And that was
No, wait a minute.
roll
Wait a
with-
minute. I have a thing I can use.
Okay, go ahead.
I can spend a hope, and I can do a whirlwind attack against the other guy.
Oh, that's awesome. Let's check that card
Cool.
out.
Spend a hope to use the attacking, so all other targets very close. Additional adversaries you succeed against with this ability to take half damage. So the other guy takes half damage if I hit him?
Let's see, make a
Or
target.
do I have to roll again? Or how does that work?
Okay, so you use the same attack to all
Okay.
targets.
Okay.
So yeah, that's a hit. That's a hit. So the damage, yeah. So the first one takes 11. The second one rounded up would be 6. So he takes 6 damage.
Okay, cool.
As you, how does that look as you kind of spin it around, hitting both people?
I slash out at the guy next to my allies, and then I just sort of spin around like in a pirouette, and come slashing straight across at the other guy.
Awesome. They both look severely hurt, like very. But that was with fear, so it is now my turn. All right, I'm gonna start with the Strix Wolf.
Oh goodness.
She's not happy. She got put to sleep, and now she wakes up with all this going on. Her pups are unsafe. She's gonna spend her first little bit sliding the pups under what little bit of cart is left, and then she's going to move right here,
Oh goodness.
and she's going to attempt to bite the person who was singing, which is Tegan.
Whoa, hey,
No.
this is all a big misunderstanding.
It was supposed to be a lullaby, guys.
How big is Tegan?
Which, how big is Tegan?
Is he like a...
I would say Tegan is like 3 feet tall, 2 or 3 feet tall.
Okay.
Yedel.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming that is a miss. A 4 would probably be a lot lower than your evasion.
It is a miss. Thank God. I was seeing all these high rolls. I was like, gosh, my evasion is only 10. But a 4 will miss.
All right. I'm going to go down to, I'm going to spend a fear and highlight the guy that does the super kicks.
Oh boy.
He's going to step up 1 square, and he is going to attempt to kick him. Kick Garrick.
He's trying to kick him towards me now. I see it.
This guy is the soccer bowling
Soccer
champ.
bully, yeah.
Oh, that is a solid miss as he tries to kick and kicks wild. Garrick's able to dodge. Do I want to spend any more fear? Yeah, I'll go down to 5. I am going to 5 fear as the guy beside the other guy, this guy here, is activated. And he's just going to continue swinging at Garrick. So that's a d20 plus 1. 16 is
That's a hit.
1d8 plus 5. For 6 damage.
All right, that's minor damage.
And that's all I want to do. So it is y'all's turn again. Who hasn't wit in a while? Marla, would you like to go?
Yeah, I was gonna say Marlo is has pulled the box to the front so she can be looking out the front of the cart, and it used all her strength because she's got a -1 on strength. But she was like, they've got this, and then the Strix Wolf woke up and she said, "Oh shit, I better do something." So, how do you use the measurement tool? Because I'm trying to see. I have a far range on my weapon. Okay, so I can hit any of those, but I can't hit the ones above Garrett. Yeah, because that's
Actually, a far is 30
far is 30 to
100.
100. Oh, so I
So
can
you can hit
take.
anybody.
Okay.
I think because Garrick's got 2 up there, I'm gonna go for one of those peeps. I don't
And we
want to
know
hurt
that the
Strix
kicking
Wolf.
guy. We do know that
Yeah.
the kicking guy is injured. So yeah, that's a good move. That
Yeah,
sounds great.
yeah. I do want to go for the kicking guy. I'm hoping to get out of here without having to hurt Strix Wolf. This is, just trying to take care of its pups. But that all being said, I'm going to use my dual staff and go after Mr. Kick.
Okay.
Oh, and can I use my experience to add to? I'll use a hope die, not on my watch, because this box is got to get where it's going.
Definitely. You
right.
definitely can spend a hope and add +2 to your roll.
Okay. Roll and then track day. So let's see, I've got 13, 14, 15, 16. So 17 with hope.
Okay, I did not see the roll.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
that
It's
is
on
it.
my screen.
I don't see it either.
Well, that's weird. I see
That
it
is
right
weird.
here. It says dual staff attack roll.
Yeah, let me refresh the.
I got a 15, but I added the 2.
That's fine. You said it was
Take
a
a
17 with hope.
screenshot of it or something. That's so
No,
weird.
I trust you. So you said 17 with hope.
Yeah, because I rolled a 15 and then I have the 2 for not on my watch.
Okay.
And it was with a
Roll.
hope.
Yeah, roll that damage, and you do gain a hope.
Okay. And let's see, that's 1d6 plus 3. Hopefully this will show up. Got the little dice hovering over my 1d6. 3 damage dice. Roll. Oh man, I only got a 4. I rolled a 1. Ugh.
That didn't show
So
through. Let me click something on your character sheet to see
it's
if
still
it
not
goes through
coming
for
through?
me.
Believe me, I wouldn't lie about rolling a 1. That's
Oh, I trust you. It
no,
just,
I'm teasing. I'm teasing.
okay.
Of all the damage I could have done, that was the least.
How much was the damage?
Just 4. I rolled a 1 and I have a +3, so it's 4 magical damage.
4. Okay. Yeah, it does slam into him. How does the magic look as it comes out of your staff?
Marlowe is really, diligent, put together, focus on the mission type person. So her magic is very clean and bright. So when the magic comes out of her staff, it's almost like a bit of a sunburst. You have to kind of look away for a second.
Okay. That sounds great. It does slam into his chest. He's still standing, but he looks very injured. He is having a trouble standing. All right. Would anybody else like to go? That was with hope. That last roll.
I have an idea for Tegan. I would like to try with this creature bearing down on me. Is I'm curious about something. I as a player am assuming that my character doesn't know whether or not this thing understands language, and I'm wondering if is there like like how in 5e there's like an animal handling as opposed to persuasion kind of a thing. I'm wondering if I can try to persuade this creature to like, I don't know, leave us alone or something like that. And I'm wondering what that would look like as a role. If that would be just my normal presence thing or something.
I'm thinking presence because presence is charm, perform, deceive. So I'm thinking
Okay.
presence would be the role. Unless you could think of another way one of these other stats would work.
That makes sense to me, and I was just wondering. I was kind of curious, like difference between this system and 5e. Okay, so I think go ahead.
Can I just I was wondering because I just thought I have minor illusion. So I was wondering if you can mention something. I could maybe minor illusion one of the pups wandering off into the woods, and you can give the mom a warning.
Oh, that's awesome.
cool.
I am a con artist, and being deceptive, I'm probably a little bit better at it. So that is great.
I mean, I have to roll to make it happen, but fingers crossed I roll better than that last one. So
It
if we
is
want to give that a try.
I think that's
It-
great. Yeah. Do
Okay.
you want
It
me to
is-
roll first, or do you want you to roll first?
Well, it is close range also, so you might have to move up just a little bit.
Oh shoot! Yes, it is close range. Oh dang!
I mean,
I don't.
you could make it. Could you make the illusion closer to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was one because
What-
close goes up to 30 feet.
Yeah, you wouldn't have to move
Maybe you
very
could-
far.
Maybe you
Yeah.
could
Yeah,
do
like-
something in the woods over here.
Yeah, well within just as long as it's in like visual of the Strixer wolf. So maybe I wish I could figure out how to do this measurement tool.
There's a
People
if you
look
look
at the
at
same
the
time.
yeah, if you look at the left side of your screen on roll 20, about halfway down there's a what looks like a ruler symbol. If you click it,
Oh, okay.
then you can click yourself or wherever and move it around and make your measurements.
Oh, woohoo! That is so cool.
Oh, so
okay.
if that's where that is,
So
and then
maybe like 30, over here. Would that work?
I mean that's still within range.
Yeah, that's in
Uh,
range.
Okay. So yeah.
I think it's fun. Yeah.
Yeah,
let's do it.
so over,
Well,
yeah,
that's good,
just like warning, hey mom, your pups are leaving. Okay, and try. So who should roll first, GM?
What exactly going to do an illusion, and what is Tegan going to do again?
So Tegan, my thought is to have Tegan just come down off of backpack mode, get onto the ground, and like a cross between Caesar Milan the Dog Whisperer and Chris Pratt doing the Velociraptors in Jurassic Thingamajig, which I actually haven't seen. I've only seen the GIF of this, but I think Tegan is coming down and is like, whoa, 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 okay, beautiful. Now look, I swear, if it were me getting eaten, I wouldn't like it, but eating the one that's already dead, I got no problem. You're gonna have plenty more food. Just take it easy. Take care of your pups over there for 5 minutes tops. And
Let's-
we'll kind of like as like the magic of my wings kind of floats around. I will say we don't want anything to do with this. We'll have plenty more food for you. I'll even throw in something nice. As I'm trying to trying to
you're
wheel
gonna-
and deal with this beast,
And you're going-
and then maybe seeing that illusion off to the side and look, just take care of your pups right over there. You're not
Right.
getting away.
Cool.
So I would say illusion first, then Tegan. I like this, so even if you roll with fear, we want to wait for this to play out before it switches to the bad guys.
Okay.
So-
Alright.
I appreciate that.
So Marlo,
Generous-
go ahead and roll
generous
your
GM.
spellcast.
Okay. Here we go. Spellcast roll minor illusion. Any chance I have advantage on this since we're doing it together? Did it, no, yeah, it's not coming up in the chat. I see that now.
Yeah, isn't there like
Yeah.
a help thing you can do?
There is a
Um,
thing called a tag team, but it's basically for like attack actions. There is aid where
Okay,
let me pull up aid.
that's kind of what they're doing.
Player guide. Let's see. Help an ally. Spend a hope. Roll a d6 for advantage to aid in an ally's roll. And then there's a tag team roll, which is once per session. Each player can choose to spend 3 hope to initiate a tag team. You pretty much it's like they both attack. You roll both attacks, take the highest attack, then roll both damages, and add them together on a tag
that's
team.
cool.
You can do that once per session.
So
But-
for this,
That sounds like an
okay, go
aid
ahead.
thing.
Yeah.
I don't actually have 3 hope to spend, anyways.
No, neither do
Um,
I. I'm not sure why my rolls are not showing up.
Oh, I wonder if you have your roles set to private, and I don't remember how to do that in Roll20. Did our Roll20 GM? Do you remember?
That's on the I think it's on the
Oh, sorry.
it's on the character
Hmm.
sheet.
Oh, okay.
Well, I only got a
GM
9 with fear.
Ooh. That is fine.
Yeah.
What is this spell casting for those? You're supposed to be a 10. Yeah. So you try to make your illusion coalesce, but it just doesn't quite work. As Tegan, you are talking. Roll your performance roll.
Okay. So I'm going to. Can my experience as a con artist? Can I spend a hope to add that experience?
Certainly.
Okay. So I'm gonna roll my presence. And I don't know.
Do you have
I
to
don't
use
know if I
hope to
can.
use an experience?
Yes, I
Yes.
do. Uh-huh.
Okay.
And
Uh,
I don't know if this can I spend a hope also on a wordsmith, my subclass ability, Heart of a Poet. After you make an action to impress someone, you can spend a hope to add a D4 to the roll. Can I also apply that and my experience to this roll? Or just
uh,
one?
you
Is he
can.
trying to impress?
Normally you have to do it before the outcome, but since we're still learning, I'm fine with you doing it this time after the rolls have been rolled.
Oh, okay. Um, okay, so this one, okay, gotcha. All right. So does that gonna roll it? Maybe. Did that roll it? Okay, there we go.
Alright.
Okay, so that would be 8 plus 2 is 10, 10 plus 4 is 14, plus 2 is 16 total from my experience. So, and I'm hopeless now. I have no hope left.
That is with fear. So let me add another fear. Yeah, definitely. You did a good monologue too. The Strix Wolf kind of glances around, and we'll see what happens on the GM's turn, which it is the GM's turn. So we will highlight the Strix Wolf. The Strix Wolf is going to slither back over here. It's going to scoop its pups up on its back. You're going to see it take his mighty wings and start flapping them and flies over to a nearby tree and kind of watches the tableau warily.
Thank goodness.
I
I'm gonna
think I'm gonna offer this to you as a freebie, GM. I think seeing that Strix Wolf leave, I think Tegan collapses into a puddle of stress, like whew, like so relieved, and is prone, vulnerable on the ground.
that's good flavor. I like that. All right, I'm spending a fear, going down to 6. And who do I highlight? I'm going back after my big guy. He really wants to kick Garrick. So D20 plus 3. 14. Does that meet or beat your evasion, Garrick?
That'll hit.
So you do take a total of 2d6 plus 3 magic, so 13 magic damage, as that can knock you between 30 to 100 feet away from me. And
Jeez.
you're going straight into the
Whoa.
woods.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
You slide. Make sure I got you in line. We're all the way here, tumbling into the woods. You are currently prone.
Wow.
That is a cool kick.
As he will then continue his move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 as he's racing towards the cart.
Oh no.
I will. Let's see. He hasn't went in a while, so he is going to be highlighted next. So I'm going down to 5 fear now. Guy in the middle. He looks very hurt. He just got whacked by Kari. So Kari, he is coming up to you as he swings his dagger for 12 points of hits. Does that beat or beat your
Yes.
evasion? I was about to say
12 points
damage.
of hit.
So he does 1d8 plus 5.
Where do we
So
see how much movement we have?
everybody has a
Everybody's
close
the
range
same.
movement, which you can move between 10 to 30 feet.
Okay.
You can actually move further than that on a turn, but you have to roll an agility roll to go farther than 30 feet. All right, so that was a total of 13 points of damage
13.
towards
All right.
Kari.
I'm going to use an armor slot to reduce that.
Okay. And that is my turn. Who would like to go?
That goes down
I'd
to
like-
1.
I
like to go.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so Garrick's gonna get up and
Yeah, Garrett.
he's gonna be like those fucking feet. I'm gonna kill you. And he starts running. 30, he's gonna get right here, and he's gonna attempt to stab you with his longsword.
All right.
All right.
Oh, I don't think we've only
16.
had one hope roll this whole thing, I think, so far.
This is the first time I've ran this where everybody's rolling with fear. Usually it's
Yeah.
just the other way. I'm all out of fear and I can't move, and everybody's rolling with hope. Okay, so I got 6 fear now. Yeah, roll attack damage roll.
All right.
Get him, Garrick.
9 damage.
Oh,
All right.
yeah.
This is very stressful. You was knocked across the room, the yard. You ran up, stabbed this guy, so you are taking 1 stress for that fear roll. But you do kill the guy. So how does that look?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, so he starts running up, and he says, I'm gonna fucking kill you. And he comes up and he takes his sword and he cuts his feet off. And I assume he just bleeds out.
Hey, that's perfect. All right. That was with fear, so it is back to me. I guess I haven't highlighted this guy in a while. So he's gonna highlight here. He's gonna attack Varen.
Ow.
Which I believe a 7 is a miss.
So because my evasion's a 13, so yeah.
Yeah, there's a beat or beat. So that I'm not gonna highlight nobody else. It is back to you. And I believe Kari, you was wanting to go next.
Yeah. Let's see. Can I do this? All right. Let me. Yeah, I'll attack this guy that's in my face.
You don't have any more of those whirlwind things, do you?
I have one more. Yes. Do I have to declare it before, or do I wait until after I hit something?
Let me double check the card, but I think you can. I would think you declare it before, yeah, because it shares the attack roll.
It says when you make a successful attack against a target.
Oh no, so that's after the fact. Yeah, so
Okay.
definitely.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, then I'll attack this guy that's in my face. I keep losing stuff. Okay, there it is. Roll. Hey, a hope.
Y'all do gain a hope, but that is a miss.
Yeah.
Who would like to go next? Maybe Varn? I think that sounded right.
Well,
Baron.
I have a
Varian.
question.
Go ahead.
Because I'm looking at 2 things, and I'm not sure. I don't think that it can be combined. So I have this Vicious Entangle, which is make a spellcast roll against a target within far range. On a success, roots and vines will reach out from the ground, dealing 1d8 plus 1 physical damage and temporarily restraining the target. Additionally, on a success, you can spend a hope to temporarily restrain another adversary within very close range of your target. But then I also have Ranger's Focus about spending a hope. And then on a success, you deal your attacks normal damage and temporarily make the attacks target your focus. You know precisely what direction they're in. When you deal damage to them, they must mark a stress. And when you fail an attack against them, you can end your Ranger's Focus feature and re-roll your duality dice. So I'm assuming those can't be combined.
No, I wouldn't think so. No.
Okay, so then I want to do the Vicious Entangle against the main target being the guy all the way off to the left, because that's technically within the far range. And then being able to then restrain one of the two guys that are right, or I'll do it to the one that's directly in front of me. My other question too is under the experience, let's just say like +2. When do those get used? Just when I'm using like the short bows, or?
It depends on if it's relevant to the action. Like deadly aim would obviously be if you're shooting a bow. Yes, you can spin a hope and use it. Nature's
I've
friend.
been
You
Googling Nature's Friend, and I was like, I can't find it anywhere. What it exactly is. It just
yeah,
is,
like
it's
Nature's
something.
friend. Say for example, you're doing like Tegan was doing earlier, trying to talk to the Strix Wolf. You could have used that experience to add a +2 to that roll.
Well, I didn't know. Okay. All right. So the Vicious Entangle, I'm clicking into the spell box because under the 2+ spellcast roll, but then there's the 1d8 + 1 roll. So am I clicking on both of these boxes?
First roll the spellcast roll. So first click that first
All right,
one.
let's do that. All right,
Let's
and
see.
then, and I don't think I have an advantage or anything like that.
No.
No. Okay, so just hitting roll.
15 is a hit. It is with fear.
Yes. Okay.
So that is now you roll that damage roll.
All right, let me go back. All right. And roll.
So it takes 2 damage. So that is 1 damage slot. Yeah, as the divines come up on that far side guy,
Which guy?
the thorns are enough to make him fall over dead.
Oh.
But you are able to spin a hope if you want to restrain another adversary within very close range.
I want to restrain that one right in front of me.
Wait, awesome.
That's kind of going.
Isn't very close only 10 feet away?
Between
that?
5 to 10.
Oh, so is that two? That's
Yeah.
5 or
But-
10.
Right, but he has to be within very close of the other target, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. Thank you for catching that. It is.
I'm
Adversary
sorry,
within
it
very
was-
close range of your target, so it'd have to be up here, within
Oh,
the
okay.
10 feet.
All right, so then I can't spend the hope then to restrain the other adversary. Okay, I read that as close in range to like you, but you're right. That does say in range of your target. Okay.
All right.
Well,
Uh,
we were slightly successful.
Okay. Go ahead.
Hey, you killed one of them. Good
Yeah,
job.
he's dead, so that's good.
All right. It is with fear, so it's my turn again. I got 2 guys left. I'm gonna target this guy. He's going to just step down here to Kari. And that is probably a miss. Does it 9 hit you, Kari?
9? Yeah, that hits me.
Oh.
My armor slows me down.
Oh, wow. Somebody has a lower evasion than me.
Yeah, I have low evasion, but I have lots of other stuff to suck the damage in.
8 plus
Thanks.
5. So 11
Yeah.
damage.
Okay, 11.
And
So yeah,
bouncing.
I'm gonna use armor to bring that down.
Okay. And now it is your guys' turn. Who would like to go? Tegan? It's been a minute for you.
Yeah, I think that Tegan is going to get up and fly the hell away from all these stabby ass people. I'm
we were
gonna
a team.
go. Yeah, you have fun with that, honey.
No more backpacks for you.
How tall is the? No, I'm gonna go perch in the trees, even though I haven't had good luck with that. I'm gonna try and fly up towards these trees over here, and see if I can just spend my full 30 feet getting as high and as out of the way as possible. And
Yeah.
I'm going to out of these two that are still left, or is either of them injured already?
Both of them are. They both are
Both of them are,
deadly
okay.
injured. Yeah.
And you mentioned something about doing an aid another action or something like that.
Yes. Let me read it
Oh,
again. You can
Uh,
You have
spend
to
a hope.
spend hope to do that.
Yes, you have to spend a hope, roll a d6, and you roll a d6 advantage dice to aid an ally's roll.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, so I don't have any hope left. I am hopeless.
Don't worry about that. I'm
I'm
gonna
just
try and
gonna
do a roll
do.
one when it's my turn. So.
Okay, cool. All right. I'm gonna just say, hey, who the hell are these guys, anyways? We should try and ask them questions when they're not stabbing us so much. And I will shoot that guy. My first attack. I just want to make sure I have done an attack this game. My first attack here. See if that goes roll.
Hope it's not.
Um,
Oh,
there we go.
well,
It
that's
is
And
my
it's
turn.
fear.
fucking fear. Sorry.
Uh,
16 to hit. I'm going for the one on the.
yeah, definitely. Roll damage.
Awesome. And damage is right here.
4 damage.
4 damage.
How does it look as your first attack kills the first thing you shoot at?
Woohoo!
I think that Tegan is like kind of dodges away from this fighting that's happening like right above them, and then just kind of like slinks out, shoots up with the wings, right as she's saying, guys, maybe we should ask some of these guys a question and leave some of them alive, and kind of like an underhanded softball pitch slings the scepter, and a little I would say like greenish like pinkish swirly spark loop-de-loops and kind of bounces off the ground and boinks up and hits this guy right in the head, and just kind of like explodes it just straight up, and then Tegan is like, maybe not that one, the other one. And that'll be my turn.
All right. My guy's turn. I got one person, and he is going to run. I'm actually going to spend a fear so he can sprint and go that extra distance. So I'm going to 3 fear. He is going to run here, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Oh, I like this. I'm going to spend a fear to attack myself. Okay. So that goes down to
That's
2.
funny.
The Strix Wolf leaps out of the trees. His
Oh.
pup feels safely in the trees,
God.
landing on top
Love it.
of this ambusher. And that ends combat as the Strix Wolf's beak digs into its neck. It kind of jerks for a second, and it is still.
It's got its next meal. That'll keep it preoccupied.
Yeah, let's get that cart up out of the way and get moving on.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Alright.
skirt around
Um,
the thing.
if
that's
anybody-
eating.
If anybody needs a short rest, like I said, you could take up to 4 of them a day. Short rest is just like a D&D, 30 to
okay.
45-minute rest. If you look at your character sheet, if you are wanting to take a short rest, on the right-hand corner, right below conditions, on top of the sheet, there's a button that says downtime. If you click it,
Okay.
you'll see short rest, and it says move 1, move 2. When you
Huh.
click the down arrow, it gives you several options of what you can do. You can tend to wounds, clear stress, repair armor. Prepare is actually gaining hope. If 2 or more people prepare together, you gain 2 hope for that move.
Cool.
Who's out of hope?
Tegan is. So I will prepare for one of mine. And yeah, that's cool.
So if somebody else is preparing with you, there's a checkbox that says prepare with others, and it
Okay,
bumps
cool.
it up to 2.
And I want to help somebody. I want to help tend to wounds or repair armor for somebody if you guys need it.
Yes,
for
you can do
move
that.
2. Okay.
So
I don't.
this
So
one.
wait, can I help them do it, or do
Okay.
It's like
do I
well,
have to tend to my own wounds or something?
No, you can tend to other people's wounds. You can tend
Okay,
to other
cool.
people's armor. Yes.
Awesome.
I'm gonna tend to my wounds. I don't have too many.
Would it be more helpful for me to help repair armor or tend to wounds?
That
What
clears
do y'all
my
need?
wounds. I just
Well,
cleared all
I
of
was
my
gonna
wounds.
say,
I'm good.
Okay, cool.
I'm only down 1 armor slot, but I can mark it to prepare if that helps. I mean, granted, I'm only down the 1. If I do prepare along with Tegan, to try and help. This way, at least we both kind of get the thing back.
Well, I think we
Why
should.
don't you tend to your armor slot and I can
Yeah.
prepare with Tegan, because I didn't take any hits.
Cool.
What is this?
All right.
Does anybody else need another person to help repair armor or tend to wounds?
Good.
Or did you
I'm
guys get?
back fully.
You're back to full. Oh, cool, awesome.
Right click it. Hold on. Did I do it? Did that work?
All
I
right.
can't tell.
Okay, so get my
I have
armor
I have
slots
a
back.
quick question, Goblin.
Yes.
I'm trying to figure out why my dice aren't showing up in the chat.
Mhm.
I've been clicking around. The only thing I found is the dice roller, and then I shouldn't have GM roll toggled on, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
That should see that if it says GM roll, it should still roll to me. Let me try this. I'm gonna delete your character sheet. Just remember you're
Okay.
pretty much undamaged. So I'm gonna delete your character sheet. I'm gonna import it real quick and see if that might fix it.
Okay. And if not, no big deal. I was just trying to.
The old ghosts in the character sheet
Yep.
problem.
The old turn it off and turn it back on.
Yeah.
Let's see. Show to everyone. Let me make sure you have access to it. Edit permissions. What is your Demiplane username?
It's just Casey.
Just Casey.
Mhm.
KACI.
No, just the letter K and
Oh, K and C.
A,
Yeah,
C.
yeah, got
Capital K, capital C. Yep.
it. Okay, you should have editing permissions and token set. Try doing a test roll real quick to see if it works this time. Now,
Okay, I'm gonna reopen the sheet. Let's see. All right. Yeah, here, I'll just do any roll.
There
yes,
it
I
is.
see you now.
There it
Okay,
goes.
I fixed it.
Woo! Turn it off, turn it back on.
All right.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
No problem. Between the last hour, the fight in the hour, it passes. You take a rest, recuperate. The ones who want to pull the wagon have no problem. Do you do anything about the dead body and fruit?
Yes. I 100% am looting the hell out of everything and trying to figure out what is going on. Like who these people are, what they were selling.
It looks to me like
Yes.
they were bandits and they waylaid this guy before they got to us.
Yes, but which bandits specifically?
Which bandit?
Yeah, I want to investigate.
Yeah, do I know
the guy
these
with
guys?
the magic feet.
Should you know these guys?
Let's see. As far as just basically kind of looking around the body, Tegan, you do notice there is a stab wound in his chest and that he is wearing a gold locket.
Yoink.
As you open the locket, there's a picture of him on one side and a very fair-faced, very fetching young woman on the other side.
Aw.
Well,
This is a one shot, and I'm just gonna be I'm gonna be just a little thief here. I quickly I lick my thumb and I get those two pictures out and just let them fall to the ground and pocket
Oh.
block it.
Cold.
Okay. All right. Yeah. As far as anybody's wanting to kind of know about these creatures, you are welcome to do a knowledge roll to maybe see if you remember hearing about creatures of the Sablewood or these type of bandits.
yeah, can we do that? Is that under instinct?
That would be it'd be knowledge. It's the last one on the.
Oh, there it is. I'm sorry. I didn't see it. Can more than one of us roll on knowledge?
You can roll on knowledge, or you could aid somebody with knowledge. It's either one.
Oh, I'm only +0, so.
I think I'm plus
I'll
one.
try. I got
Let
a
me
plus
open my
one.
thing again.
I didn't do any better than he did. Garrick is
Game
good.
one.
I
Yeah.
can try. Let's see.
We got a D4 with a figure. I took a short rest. RD4.
Oh,
3 more.
Nice.
Crit. Okay.
Nice, Ari.
Ooh.
If you have a
Thank you.
stress, you can clear stress. If you have a, you also gain a hope with that. So I got 6 for you now. Okay, awesome. You
I
and
lose the
Garrett
stress.
know this. Yeah, if you got a stress, you clear a stress.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Garrick, you know this, and Ari, of course, you absolutely know this. You know these are called the Thistlewood Bandits. They have been terrorizing the Sablewood travel areas and the city of Hush for months now. Or Thistlefolk, not Thistlewood. Yeah, Thistlefolk.
That knowledge, I think I would love to get the cart moving so we don't encounter any more of them.
Yep.
Ariana, you're playing Marlo, right?
No, I'm Marlon.
Okay. The crit, you absolutely know that guy that was kicking was the leader. You probably saw his face on a bounty or
Oh
something,
shit.
but y'all killed the bandit leader.
Do we know if these were the only members of this group, or are there more of this group?
There might be more. You're not 100% certain, but you do know that he was leader.
We at least got the leader. Okay.
Does Varian say anything about that?
Yes, because I care about the group. All right, guys. So I've seen this guy's face before. Okay, he was on the wanted posters back when we were collecting the crate to begin with. So we've got him here. There might be more bandits out there in the woods. I say we get everything back on our cart and try and move as quickly as possible and find our way. Just because
The
who
one-
knows, there might be other, bandits of the same team
Right.
coming around, or it could be like what's the word? I'm like, the word finding sucks. Like another bandit group that's in competition with this. Yeah. We could, we don't know who else might be out there who might want revenge because we took out their leader. So I say we get a move on.
Well, if we can,
Hey, you said
if we
wanted
can-
poster.
yeah, if we can
Go ahead,
prove
go
we
ahead.
killed this guy, we can get the reward.
Let's toss him in the cart.
Awesome.
Whatever you all decide, I just definitely want to get this mission moving on.
Yep, toss him in the
I've
cart.
got to get this
to the
box
bounty.
of the White Orcness.
Let's toss him in the cart. Maybe we'll put his body over the box to help hide it.
I will offer, if anybody wants to notice this, like when Tegan grabbed the locket, I'm gonna try and like pocket that itself, kind of like slyly. But when you like mention the leader of the bandits, the pictures that I just had in my hand, maybe they like flutter out and fall as I go over to this guy and try to lift him up and like drag him towards the cart. So if anybody else wants to have noticed those locket pictures, they fell to the ground and you can see them
Carrie will notice
as we
them
drag
then.
this guy in.
She knows something fell, and she stoops to pick it up and take a look and see what it is.
What if we put the pictures in the head bandit's pocket, so if anybody finds it, then we could say, oh no, he turned on his own people. He turned on his own team. He's responsible for this. We just collected the body because we wanted the reward.
Well, did the locket come off one of the bandits or the victim?
It came off the victim,
Okay, so it's not one of the
right?
bandits.
It came off the merchant that the Strixwolf was eating. Is that right, GM?
It looks like
We lost
dropped.
him. He
We
dropped.
lost him. Damn.
No.
Now we run the game.
I'm the captain now.
That's funny. This is a good table, and I gotta say, system great.
Yeah,
It's
you guys
fun,
are fun
guys.
to play with.
Mhm.
I've been in some games where it's just incredibly awkward
I appreciate everyone's patience.
You've
We're
been
all
great, dude. I would
learning,
have
man.
never guessed this was your first time doing any TTRPG. You've been doing great.
Yeah,
Thank you.
everybody's doing great.
Like you're involved. You're coming up with ideas. Yeah, working with the
Mhm.
team.
Yeah.
It's been great.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's a great
most new
table.
first timers are very shy.
Yeah.
I think like the storytelling part, not that I find that improv's easy. I certainly don't. Because some people have like a really good knack for it. Like Tegan, the fact that you're coming up with these like little things, but I think it also goes into like what kind of character you're playing. Like if you know that you're like, oh, okay, I can kind of play into this, or
Mhm.
that kind of thing. I think understanding like the mechanics of it, I think, is the hardest part about it. Especially if you're only like watching things online. It's like, okay, well, I'm trying to follow this because I've got like, unfortunately, I don't have a PC set up, and I would love to one day, but right now I've just got my laptop, so trying to like split the screen like 3 ways.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Same,
yeah, that's
same.
hard.
That's why I'm like,
Yeah.
give me a second, guys. I'm scrolling, trying to see.
I've got two 27-inch monitors on my setup, and I still don't have enough space. I want a third one.
I would love to have a PC setup. I have only come recently to the realization that I'm like, laptops are for like 18 to 21-year-olds, or like if you're constantly working on the go. Like
Yeah.
I've been working with dual screen monitors for like over 10 years at any job I've had. So I'm like, I'm not used to just coming back home to
Same.
like a tiny little measly thing. I want
Yeah.
I want a big thing. I
All
want the
right.
whole setup.
Oh, welcome back.
Yes.
Yay!
Okay. So
We took
y'all
over. We had a rebellion.
We took over.
that's fine. Makes my job easier.
I'm the captain now. No.
But yeah, you have no problem throwing the bad guy on top of the crate or beside the crate. Tight squeeze, but he could fit.
Cool.
You know, with the rest.
Clarify. So lock it out of the merchant or out of one of the other bandits? Because I thought it came out of one of the other bandits' pockets. I didn't realize it came out of the merchant's.
Yes, Tegan took the
Merchant.
merchant's locket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tegan.
And I picked up the
Mhm.
pictures that fell out on the ground.
Yes.
All right. I stand by then, still putting the pictures from the merchant's locket into the head bandit's pocket, so it looks like he's responsible for this, and we're covering
you-
for Tegan.
Tegan thinks that's a great idea. If that is said, if
We're planting
Varian says anything, Tegan is 100%.
Well, hold on. I have. Is this stupid to say? Can I roll on the finesse of trying to control the situation or to hide it?
Sure, if you want to, that's fine.
Why not? Let's just
I
see.
love it. I support you.
Trying to see. All right, let's go.
Do
I
we
do get a
really
feeling.
need evidence?
Incredible.
Not-
That's
all right.
a lot.
Yeah, definitely. You plant
Deep in the
the
pocket.
You
Let's make this
100%
perfectly
clock
and-
Tegan looting this locket. I feel like I'm gonna as sneaky as I'm trying to be. You clock me.
I'm tired of covering for you, man.
All right. Let's move it along a little bit. Y'all have
Okay.
no trouble taking your rest. Moving the cart is very easy after the fight, and you head on down into the Sable Woods. The next few hours are very uneventful until you come across. Let me pull up my thing. The path into the farther leads you further into this forest until you spot a large stone pillar carved top to bottom in ancient dwarven symbols. All around this pillar looks like trees and trailway. What do y'all do? Continue going or check it out?
Why don't I go check it out? I'll be right back.
I have the feeling this is a distraction from our mission.
I feel like he gets easily distracted.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I
Squirrel.
mean, Tegan could fly over, check it out, and we can keep moving forward with the cart.
And either gets bug zappered and dies or flies back.
Okay. So Tegan, Tegan, as you fly towards the dwarven little pillar, the cart continues moving past it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Those in the cart, it kind of feels like a bubble popping as you pass this pillar. 1 minute, you see trees and forest. The next minute, you see a stretched out city of people. Looks like they're in mid celebration. There's buildings everywhere.
What?
There's people that stop and smile and kind of raise their L's at you. In the center of town, you notice a tall, ancient tree with a 6-story building connected to the side of it.
What happened?
Incredible.
Where are we?
Do I?
According to Tegan, they disappeared from view. You just see them going past the pillar, Tegan, and then they're not there no more.
Do I have any idea what's going on with this pillar?
I mean, you can roll me a knowledge roll.
Hell yeah. Okay. So knowledge roll. Here we go. Roll. Ooh, 18. With fear.
All right, 18 with fear. You wouldn't happen to have like arcane sense where you could sense magic around you?
I was just looking for that. So, flashy footwork, no. Make a scene, no. Heart of a poet, rousing speech, no. No, I don't see anything like that.
All right. With the 18, you do know that this pillar is well warded. It's warded against like protection wards, but you're not quite sure what it is, especially since you can't see the magic giving off of it.
Yeah. Well, guys, this pillar's definitely warded against guys? Well, shit. Just goes darting back to where I saw them, and then maybe continue. Maybe they were faster than I thought, and just goes after down the road towards where we were going.
Yeah, definitely. As soon as you pass the ward or the pillar, it's the sound of a bubble pops as you travel, and you see a lush farming village, buildings and rows of streets. It looks like they're in a mid celebration of something. Everybody's happy and go lucky. They smile as they see you enter their town. There's actually a sign not too far from where you're standing that says "Welcome to Hush."
Oh, is this the place we're supposed to be going?
Yes, it is.
Oh, that's interesting.
Actually, it says there's loud music drifting from the direction of the tavern in the center of town. You know you need to find the arcanist here to deliver the package for the king. What would you like to do? In the flavor text.
I definitely will say that Tegan, darting through the bubble at full speed, definitely bumps into somebody. Like one of our party members, you get a ferry to the back, and I'm sorry, and you're welcome.
Again.
That's what I do. Some of the suggestions it says is, you could always head to that giant 6-foot tavern in the center of town. You could stop people on the side of the road and talk to them, or whatever y'all would like to do. Those are just suggestions.
We should ask somebody where this person is that we're looking for.
All right. Anybody who looks around, they see several different people. There are a couple that kind of stand out. You see a young boy that is like scratching and fidgeting, his hands constantly moving, his feet constantly like jittering up and down. You also see a stout dwarf female with a long gray beard, holding what looks like a giant keg with one arm over her shoulder.
We should definitely go up to her.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. As you approach the woman, she smiles in greeting. She kind of nods her head. The keg still firmly fixed over her shoulder. Greetings. I am Larissa Deadworth. How are you, travelers? Are you here for the festival, the Moss Festival?
I guess we are now.
I'm not too sure what the Moss Festival is, but looks like it's going to be a great time. Where are you going?
Us heading to the tavern, of course. That's where all the festivities are. Well, just to let you know, the moss it's magical here. It grows on our vegetables, and it always ensures a great harvest. Uh, Anything I can help you with? Would you like to come with me to the tavern, or
Who's this
do
person
you
we're
have?
looking for? I forget who we're looking for.
You are looking for the Whitefire Arcanist.
Okay. I'm gonna ask her. We're looking for White Bar Arcanus. We have something for him that we're delivering. Do you know where we can find him?
She nods. Ah, yes, yes. She is a very precious person to town. Um, she warded the wards, as you probably saw when you came into the village. Keeps us safe.
Ah, it's a disguise.
Yes, yes. It makes the town look invisible.
Works
But
very well.
she is a very busy woman. But I've heard she likes to frequent the tavern. Uh, so you come with me. We can talk to Clank. He's the barkeep. He knows everybody and everything, and he will be more than happy to give adventurers like yourself some little directions.
Sounds good. Let's go.
Thank you.
All right. She takes off at a trot, carrying this almost 100-pound keg of ale with one arm, as she leads you through the festivals into the center of town. People are everywhere, cheering and celebrating, popping little poppers, firecrackers going off. You see those little slide whistles being played here and there. As you come to the Clover Tavern, it is a sight to behold, with 6 curving stories climbing the trunk of an ancient tree. This, as you could tell, is the heart of the community, always crowded with music and good-natured conversations. As you approach the bar, whoever goes towards the bar, you do notice that newcomers at the bar are required to take off their shoes and hang them on a line that stretches across the bar grounds floor.
Guess they don't want any mud tracked in.
If you are wearing shoes, do y'all remove your shoes and enter, or do you just enter anyways?
Oh,
I'm gonna assume that I'm not wearing shoes, so I'm just gonna. I'll politely wipe my paws at the front door, but then I'll walk in. I don't think I wear shoes.
I'm not wearing shoes either. It's not very comfortable for me.
I will remove my shoes out of respect for their traditions.
Yep, want to follow local custom. Not piss anybody
I-
off.
I feel like Tegan somehow takes off her shoes and then like also takes some of the shoes that like a pair of shoes that she took from one of the bandits and also puts it there.
Definitely.
like-
But just one of them. So I put 3 shoes on there.
As y'all enter the tavern, it is a very basic layout of a tavern. You see tables strewn across the middle, a bar to the left with a selection of wines and alcohols on the shelves behind it. You see a set of stairs going up to the second floor. The second floor is open to you. What is unique about the second floor that you notice?
They have a dance floor.
That's
Yes.
Yes. Oh yeah, you see it. You can hear the bard playing his lute up there. There's some kind of magical ball. You can almost see that. Almost makes it like a strobe effect. And
We're
there's
trying to
this
pull
potent-
teeth.
Incredible.
Like, stay back with us. Stay back with us. We got a job to do.
All right. One more question. As you enter the bar, you see this dance floor on the second floor. You see the barkeep behind the bar. There's a smell that permeates the entire area. What does it smell like?
Mac and
I think
cheese.
it smells like yes, yeah, good, go.
Like what?
Mac and cheese, but like
Mac and-
magical,
Mac and cheese.
fantastic.
Dude,
Mac and
mac and
That is
cheese,
awesome. I
so
love it.
good. I love it.
The last
I mean,
adventure they
I
had it
wasn't
smelling like
able
bacon.
to roll an instinct on
Mhm.
it, but they did say they were like bountiful harvest. There was a little wink and a nod. I don't know if the vegetables are very, make things a little happy. They got the dance floor. They've got to have some savory food. I don't know. I don't want to make assumptions about what they do in town.
It is a boss festival.
But yeah, that cheesy smell, almost Velveeta-y smell of mac and cheese, kind of hits your nostrils, and it kind of makes you hungry. Y'all been traveling for a while, living off of rations, and that smell is yummy.
Makes me
Um,
hungry.
the what's her name? Larissa. Larissa kind of smiles as when everybody enters. First thing the townsfolk do, they stop and look at y'all's feet, and then they give you a cheer, holding up their ales. Party har har. Larissa kind of leads you over to the tavern where you see a tall clank made solid of wood. Uh, Bits and pieces of it are still sprouting leaves, actually. His fingers are long sticks as he smiles at you. Good evening, Larissa, and guest. How can I help you? What ale would you like today? Swill is on the house, of course, as always.
Good evening. What's your name?
My name is Halton. Halton Fives. Halton. Pleased to meet you.
My name is Marlo Fairwind. I'm a representative of King Emerus. We are trying to locate the Whitefire Arcanist. Would you be aware if they're in the tavern this evening or their whereabouts, perhaps?
Oh, straight to business. Usually a lady buys me a drink first, but yes, I do know of the Whitefire Arcanist. She lives a little ways outside of town, past the farms, past the staring trees, up in a little tree house. She isn't here today. She was a little tired after the award ceremony she got this morning, but she is rather old.
Oh no, so that means we just can't go right now. We'll have to stay here for the night, you guys. Oh no.
Keegan
I
starts
say,
like trying
pulling
to
out my
settle
flute.
off, and I just kind of grab him by his like little foot and grab her
Yes.
by her little, just kind of like pull her back.
Yes.
Like we've done this 100 times. Like I'm just like, yep, over there. Back.
I'm imagining Varian like not even looking, like just reaching.
Yep. Exactly how I pictured it too.
That's great.
I mean, it has been a very long day. We could enjoy ourselves and have a drink.
I definitely agree. I greatly appreciate the information and love to purchase some ale and one for you as well, Halton.
I don't feel
It
good
is-
about celebrating until we've completed our mission.
Hey, we survived. That's worth a celebration. I'll take a thimble of your finest swill.
Did you see that that guy's
Brilliant.
feet? I think that's worth celebrating. Chopping that man's feet off.
Hamilton kind of nods. Well, if you'd like to stay, we do have rooms on the 6th floor. And of course, the king's emissaries are always welcome. He kind of nods to Marlo. Yes, mages, king's mage, I do presume. You are always welcome in Hush.
Greatly appreciated. I think perhaps one quick drink to quench our thirst, and then we get on our way. But thank you.
Sure.
On-
Very well. Just have a seat, and we'll bring your drinks out. Enjoy yourselves. Real quick, if anybody wants to roleplay the day, y'all welcome to. Otherwise, we're going to montage the next morning as you are heading out. All right.
Definitely, we'll just say that Tegan drinks, socializes, and is very hungover the next day. So.
All right. The dance floor is hopping. The other floors are just as excited, except for the sleeping area. The next day, you kind of walk out of the bar. Some of you with hangovers like Tegan, some of you not. And look for your shoes. First thing you notice is your trinkets and snacks stuffed in your shoes. You see some slide whistles. You see sweets and chocolates.
In my socializing, I would like to, if I may, see if I pick up on any gossip or information about either the bandits, the bounty, or the Whitefire Arcanist.
Certainly.
Dealer's
Roll me
choice.
but I do believe instinct is the roll for this.
Okay.
I believe that
my
is the
instinct roll.
perceive. Yeah.
There's my 10 with hope.
Yep, you gain a hope. You don't really hear much. It is very. Everybody's always talking about the festival, about the crops, about how well they have done this year, and that the winter is going to be an amazing winter. Uh, you do know the Arcanist. You did hear stuff about the Arcanist is a very powerful mage that has lives here and takes care of the town.
Okay.
That's about it.
Cool.
I just wanted to say, Marlo, happily drinks a quick drink that evening, heads back to the cart, and sleeps on top of the box.
Awesome.
Right beside the dead body. Yep.
Yeah. Carrie had one
Yeah.
drink and then went out to guard the cart because she's paranoid.
Definitely loving the duality of the people that are married to the job,
Mhm.
barely a part of the group.
Varian was drinking,
All
but
right.
had to stay sober enough to watch after Tegan.
Perfect. Oh, excellent chaperone.
All right. Like I said, the next day you find trinkets, and if you have shoes, you have candy. You have those little, almost like '90s slide whistles with a little stick at the bottom of them.
Tegan's
But you
all
get in your cart and head through town. Town's very quiet, very somber from last night's party. As you make your way past the homes and villages, through the farmland of Hush, you see a variety of crops that have begun to cultivate a thin layer of glowing blue moss over the top of their fruits and vegetables. They pulse softly like a heartbeat as you pass. Among the groves, you notice the sablewood trees in this area have hundreds of unique faces carved into all sides. The eyes peering in every direction. And right past that, in a little clearing, you see the tree taller than the rest that bears the Arcanist home. Like an overfright root, it hangs from braid of rope as wide around as a giant's forearm, tied to a massive branch and counterweighted by a cabin-sized boulder lying at the base of the tree. The stone is marked with a collection of symbols, and the cabin's windows flash with a soft yellow-green light. I do have an image of how this looks. That's what you are looking
Oh,
at.
that's cool.
Oh, cool.
What do? You don't see no obvious way of getting up there. You could cut the counterweight. You could climb. You could
Well-
yell.
Smash your house
I mean, these
down.
aren't.
Tegan, get
Uh,
on.
You want me to go up and take a look?
Oh yeah, you can fly.
What makes this scenario a lot easier?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
You
right.
would,
I think Tegan will as she's flying up be like, knock knock, Whitefire Arcanist. We're friendly. Don't blow me up.
As you make your way up, you see the full extent of the treehouse, which is a very nice looking house. Big wooden doors. Just saying the knock knock doesn't do anything. Do you actually knock?
Yes, I will.
All right. It is quiet for a moment as the treehouse then starts to shudder and move down as it's lowering to the ground.
I think as the whole house moves, I am immediately terrified and hide behind a bush or something.
All right. As you fly out of the way, hide behind a bush, the Arcanist flies out. You see a 7-foot mix of humanoid and firefly. The Arcanist is a fairy that moves in a combination of both very slow and sudden jerky movements. Though her expression is difficult to read, her emotions are very clear in her voice. She is old but spry, and her eyes has the look of mischievousness in them. As she lands in front of you, the house kind of settles behind her. I have an image of her too. Hold on, forgot about that.
Cool.
There is the Arcanist.
That's
She's
so
so
cute.
cute.
Oh, she's so cute.
Right. As she settles on the ground and the treehouse lands behind you, she yells, "Yes! Are y'all the group Emrys sent from the capital? Oh my, you're so late. Come in, come in."
Yes, thank you.
With a wave of her hand, the front door just opens on its own as she walks into the house, not waiting for you to follow.
I am going to ask Kari to lend me a hand lifting this box
All right, I'll do that.
because And
Yes,
I mean, I'm gonna give it a good try, but basically I think Kari would lift the box and me a little bit.
yes. It is very heavy, almost like a giant rock is in this box.
Wow.
As you enter the Arcanist home, her treehouse is surprisingly spacious. The main room is a crowd of potion bottles, spellbooks, runes, plants, and small creatures of all kinds. But no one would classify her house as messy. It's clear that if anyone moved an item just an inch, this old fairy would notice. She moves to the center of the treehouse. You see a kind of a sitting area where the couch is, love seat, and a giant coffee table. Looks like it's carved out of one piece of solid oak. She motions to the ones carrying the box to sit it down on the coffee table as she sits down herself.
We do apologize for being very late. We did get into some trouble on the way here, but I hope you do accept our apologies.
She nods. Yes, it is. It is fine. Um, it's just if you knew what she was carrying, you would have been more hasteful. I don't know why the king kept it such secret, but I do know why. Because if the king didn't keep it a secret, the kingdom would fall probably by now. She kind of waves her hand, and the magic seal on the cart kind of dissipates. You see the nails kind of popping up all by themselves on the cart, on the crate. The wood just unfolding like a jigsaw puzzle, revealing what looks like. What was that? Looks like a piece of stone with a lion's head carved into it. Marlowe, being specifically from the capital, you recognize this as a piece of the gate's main archway, a keystone.
Oh my.
The Arcanist nods sagely as soon as she sees it. You know, this is why the king would keep this secret. Apparently, your city is no longer warded. And like I said before, you will be conquered before sunrise if somebody knew your wards were down.
Why would
Which-
you send this away?
Well, I'm the best warder in the area, and we must get to the open veil at once. We must reward this and get it back to the king as soon as possible. I know your job was to deliver it, but would you help me with this task? It is dangerous, and I'll need somebody to protect me as I do the magic.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah, we've got to see the mission through.
Mm-hmm.
That
Yep.
sounds well paid. Say, you're not the one who made that dwarf killer, are you?
The ward for Hush? Yes, I did.
Wow.
But we got plenty of time to talk about that later.
Yeah.
Come on, let's go. She kind of stands up, waves her hand. You see the box kind of fold back in on itself. The nails magically dinging back into the box. And then it just kind of lifts up on its own and follows the Arcanist outside.
Well, that's convenient.
She walks up to your cart and pauses for a moment. She turns up. Why is there a dead body in y'all's wagon?
That's the bandit leader. We were waylaid by bandits on the way here, and we killed the leader, and we heard there was a bounty on him.
Oh yes,
Yeah, we still
there
haven't
probably
figured out
is.
who to turn that into.
Probably the constable in Hush. He would know if there's a bounty. She waves her hand, and the bandit leader kind of slides off and falls onto the ground. As she makes the box kind of sink back onto the hay and whatever else is in the wagon. Let's go. I will ride shotgun. I will direct you to the open veil. As she climbs up into the saddle seat of the wagon. I'm assuming everybody follows in, climbs in.
Take up my position walking beside as usual.
All right. It is a couple of hour drive on the direction of the Arcanus. Eventually your carriage pulls into a mysterious clearing the shape of a perfect circle. This is the only area of Honeywood. I'm thinking of an NPC guy. This is the only area of the Sablewood you've seen without trees to block out the sky. This is the open veil. The Arcanist directs you to kind of pull into the middle of the clearing as your antennas perk up in a disconcerting way. Yes, this right here. Stop right here. This is good. Now, come help me. I'm old. As she reaches for somebody's hand to help her move to the back of the cart.
I'll help her.
All right. As she gets to the back of the cart, she begins to wave her little wand, and the cart itself begins to grow in diameter, growing larger and bigger. As she stands beside the crate, she looks up and sees this covering, and kind of waves her hand, and the cloth kind of rips, opening up a view to the open sky above. Okay, I need some time to prepare, but you all get ready. As soon as I begin the ritual, God only knows what will come out of the darkness. You must keep me safe, or the kingdom will fall.
We will absolutely do everything to keep you safe.
Right. Let's get some tokens on the board.
Right, team?
Definitely.
Garrick and Tegan, y'all are welcome to move and position yourself
She's gonna
however you
stay
want
right
around.
beside the fairy and stay right there with her to protect her.
Y'all position yourself. The time ticks by. Then you begin to hear the fairy hum. You see her body begin to glow. This almost bright light coming off of her. The box itself begins to shake and glow. The carriage begins to shake and lift off the ground up to about a foot. As you see clouds in the open veil begin to circle around, a blue light beam shoots from the sky, striking the box as she begins the ritual. This part of the adventure, there is a countdown timer that is currently at 8.
Okay.
As the box is struck, the ground around you begins to shake. The trees at the edge of the veil begin to shudder as creatures begin to pull themselves out of the dirt.
Oh god.
What the hell is going on?
Oh,
What
hell.
you see skeletons with rusty armor, rusty swords, claw their way out of the ground, and you see some wraiths floating in from the sable wood.
Oh, jeez.
What in the seven hells?
Exactly.
All right. Play does begin with the players. So who would like to go first? What would y'all like to do as these creatures are approaching?
I want to do something that doesn't really take an action, I don't think, or anything. I want to use my class feature of Unstoppable.
Okay. What does that do?
I get an Unstoppable die, which is a D4. It says place on your character sheet in the space provided, starting with the value of 1. After you make a damage roll that deals 1 or more hit points to a target, increase the die value by 1. When the die's value would exceed its maximum, or the scene ends, remove the die and drop out of Unstoppable. While Unstoppable, you gain the following benefits. You reduce the severity of physical damage by 1 threshold. You add the current value of the Unstoppable die to your damage roll, and you cannot be restrained or vulnerable.
Oh, that is awesome. You could definitely go into Unstoppable right now.
Yep.
So that is
Getting
okay.
ready.
Awesome. So the value 1, yes.
Mhm.
Oh, they even have a ticker right there. Awesome.
Where is it?
Right beside where you clicked Unstoppable, there's Unstoppable dice, and you're currently at
Oh,
number
okay, I
1.
see. Okay, and it'll go up by itself. Okay, cool.
All right. Does anybody else want to do anything? Like I said, this is combat. You are beginning the combat.
You know what?
I wanna-
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say I want to do Ruthless Predator against that one that's like right ahead of me. It says when you make a damage roll, you can mark a stress to gain a +1 bonus to your proficiency. Additionally, when you deal severe damage to an adversary, they must mark a stress.
Nice.
All right. So yeah, definitely. You could able to run up to it first and make your attack roll.
Okay.
That would be the first part.
All right. So then, do I click into the one stress part?
That is
No.
when you do the damage roll. So first you want to make your
Okay.
attack roll to make sure you hit. You don't want to waste the stress before you hit.
Okay.
So
And hold-
make sure you're within melee range unless you have reach like Kari has, who could do, or unless you got a crossbow, of course. The crossbow you can shoot from where
I
you're at.
have a short bow with a
Yes, that
+2
works.
agility and then a 1d6 +3 physical.
Yes, that works. So roll the damage for your short bow, an attack for your short bow, which would be that +2 agility.
That's what
All
I'm
right, so
missing.
roll that one.
I don't have any ranged
first.
weapons.
And does the experience add to the +2 for the deadly aim?
Deadly aim does work in this situation, so you can mark a hope and add 2 to that roll. So that would be agility +4 total.
Okay. And that's taking off one hope.
Yes, you remove 1 hope.
All right, let me do that. All right, and then roll +4.
+4 is on there, so 8, 12. Let me scroll down to my skeletons. That is a hit. So now, if you want, you can mark that stress.
All right, and then so I'm marking that on my side. All right.
Yes.
Yep.
There's a ticker that says add bonus, so it's going to add to your proficiency. And what your proficiency does, it adds another dice to your roll, pretty much.
So under active weapons, I'm. Where do I do that?
Oh, scroll down to where it shows your ability, the Ruthless Predator.
Yes.
You should see where it says 1 stress and then add bonus, the little X. Just slide that
Okay,
X over.
Got it. All right, that's on.
That should automatically knock
Well,
it up. Yep.
I see how
Yep.
it did it. Perfect.
Yeah. So now you just click your where it says 2d6 +3 physical for the attack.
Okay. 2d6 +3. All right, roll.
That is 14 damage. That is a severe wound. So, yeah. So this creature, you shoot it once with your crossbow. How does it hit it to make it instantly just fall down dead?
Straight between the eyes.
Awesome. It hits the eyes, probably ping it into the skull. The skull falls off the back, and the rest of the bones just collapse around itself. The ticker
Nice.
does go down to 7 at the moment. That was with Hope, so it is still your guys' turn. Who would like to go next?
Okay, Tegan would like to go, and
Okay.
I think Tegan, this whole time has been just listening to the Arcanist, and this like rare burst of courage comes out, and Tegan gets up, kind of flies up, loud, and maybe about like 10 feet or so off. Makes herself a bigger target than, which is very out of character. She said, "You guys are not gonna get to the Arcanist," and just big sparkles kind of going around. And I'm gonna use my class feature to rally the party. So everybody gets a 1d6 rally die that you can spend.
Ooh, nice.
What is that used
Like
for?
inspiration.
On anything. You can spend it on any action roll, reaction. So if you're familiar with Bardic Inspiration, kind of like that, I guess.
Okay.
You can use it as an action. You can add it to an action roll, reaction roll, damage, or to clear a number of stress equal to the result that you roll on the die.
Nice.
What type of die was that again? Your
1d6.
audio. A 1d6. All right, thank you.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Oh, that is a really good move.
Awesome.
All right. So Negan flies up into the air.
GM?
Does this? Yeah, go ahead.
Question for you: with the rally die, is that something? Do we have to say our intent to use the die before we roll, or can we roll and then say we're going to use it in addition?
Let me double check the rally, what it says on the ability, just to make sure.
It doesn't say before or after. It says a piece. I'll link the chat.
Yeah,
It doesn't
definitely.
say before or after.
I would say you don't have to. If it doesn't say specifically, you have to say you're using it beforehand. So
Okay.
say you attack and you want to use it for damage, just add the d6.
Great.
Yeah, whenever you want to use it, you're welcome to use it.
Thank you. Well, that being said, I think Marlo would like to move 1 space.
Yeah, if you are in the ruler, you'll have to go back up to where the
Oh, I'm in the
little
ruler.
triangle
Yep.
and click that.
I've been playing with the ruler so much now I can't get out of the ruler. Here we go. Okay. I'm going to move a little bit closer to this one. So I am in oh wait. Oh no, I don't have. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna move. I don't have to do that. I'm just gonna hit this one with my dual staff. I was
The
looking
one
at something
right here.
else. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So that is 11 with fear.
That is a miss. The beam kind of the light beam kind of shoots through, barely missing the skeleton.
Can I use the rally die on that, or
You definitely can actually. If you want to add that d6, just roll me a d6.
okay? How do I just roll a d6?
The simplest way is do a /R space d6
Okay.
in the chat box.
/R d6.
Make sure you put a space between the R and the.
Oh,
light.
backslash space. Got it. Thank you.
Oh, never mind. That was me. I was trying to show it to you, but it rolled my route. Never mind.
/R.
Yeah.
That's how it would look. I just posted it in the chat. /R space d6.
Okay. Try again. There we go.
Perfect. So add a 5 to that, that bumps it up to a 16.
16.
That is a hit. Roll damage.
All right.
Yeah, that's actually a /, ain't it? 9 damage is
9 damage.
Yeah, he has 2 HP. Your beam flies through the air, hitting him, and he does fall to the ground dead. We were at 7 on the ticker.
Thanks for the rally, Tegan.
All right, we are currently on my turn though,
Mm,
and I have some fear to spend.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
we gave him plenty.
All right, we'll start with this guy right here, spotlighted. He's moving up to to Garrick. And his attack roll is a straight d20, no modifiers. And he misses with a 4 swing. I am going to spend some fear now to move. Actually, I'm going to spend some fear on an environmental feature for the environment. As the 2 skeletons drop to the ground dead, you begin to hear the rumblings as 2 more skeletons claw their way from the depths.
Oh, how dare you.
Make it more.
One here, and we'll put one on. Crap. One over here by Tegan. All right.
Whoops.
So that will
again?
that will bring me down to 7 fear. All right. Some environments give me abilities for the environment specifically, and this one has spend a fear, gain 2 more skeletons, pretty much.
Okay.
So okay, I am going to spend another fear, knock me down to 6. And I'm gonna move one of these wraiths that's at the distance of the thing. This one here saw Tegan's rally cloud up in the air, and it's gonna move forward just a little bit, gliding up into the air to meet Tegan in the air. It reaches its hands out for Tegan.
Oh, run away.
Find its character sheet. There it is. Make an action roll. All right.
Hey, that's
This
not
is-
fair. I didn't know you could die too.
15. Does that meet or beat
It
your
does.
invasion?
Yep.
All right.
I have a
It
10.
reaches its hands out, placing its cold, almost like swampy hands on the sides of your head. All right. So, Tegan, what is a terrifying moment from your character's childhood.
Oh, okay. I think there was a moment when the neighbors got like a new family dog, and I had never seen it before, and it was just I was so tiny, and it was a huge monster, and I was terrified of it. And yeah, just it was like a corgi, but
Okay.
just mortal terror of
This
a
m-
normal corgi.
This memory races through your brain over and over, causing pain as you take 14 HP damage.
Holy
That's
crap!
severe.
Wow.
Holy shit.
And
Can I spend an
you,
armor on this?
yes, you can. It does not say
Okay, cool.
direct damage. Only damage you cannot spend armor on is if it says direct damage.
Okay.
It just doesn't. So you're good. Also, you are vulnerable until your next rest.
Wow.
There are things you can do on your turn that could break off the vulnerable, like you could do a roll and describe what are you doing to overcome this fear. But as currently, you are vulnerable for now. All right. Do I want to go again? I kind of do. I'm gonna spend one more fear.
Yeah,
knock it
spend
down to knock it down to 5. This one here is going to move to here. Boom. I think he has a special ability too. Let's see. All skeletons within close range, and close range is 10 to 30 feet. So he is within close. I'm going to do what's called a group action. I got to spin another fear. I choose a target and spotlight all ancient skeletons within close range. And they get to move into close here. Well, this one's already went, so I'm not going to count him. So it's just these two. I make one melee attack. If it hits, both skeletons deal 4 physical damage to Garrick.
Jeez.
So I'm at 18. So you take 8 damage. As both
Okay.
skeletons swing their weapons at you. And I am finally going to pass it back to you guys. What would y'all like to do?
I'd like to get a reaction on that.
Okay. What kind of reaction would you like?
Well, I just mean I'd like to attack one of them.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm going to so Garrick's just gonna be like, you nasty freaky skeleton. I'm gonna stab you with my long sword. And I'm gonna stab this one.
Which one? Okay, gotcha. 17 with hope. Gain a hope.
Nice.
That is a hit. Roll damage.
All right.
Six damage. Okay.
So I rolled a 2, so I'm gonna re-roll because it says on not good enough, one of my abilities, it's when
Oh,
you roll
yeah.
your damage dice, you can re-roll any 1 or 2s.
Okay, go ahead and reroll it.
All right. No way.
Oh.
Oh,
All right. You also have that rally dice. If you want to spend it on the damage roll, you're more than welcome to, or you can save it.
Spend it.
Yeah, I'll
It's a
go ahead.
one-shot,
I'll go
spend
ahead.
it.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and
Alright.
spend it.
Roll me a d6.
All right.
Nice.
That's 5.
5. That is definite enough. You yell at this skeleton, slash at it, and you kill it.
Yeah, so I'm
Hell yeah.
gonna raise my longsword and I'm just gonna slice right down the middle of his body through his head.
Oh yeah, the bones kind of part and collapse in 2 separate piles.
Yes.
And that was with hope. So it is still player's turn. Who would like to go?
I'll go.
Okay, I know I just went previously, Tegan. Can I get the fuck out of here? Yeah, I think Tegan is going to just run away. Let me
Good idea.
I'm gonna get a solid 30 off direction, flying, and for my action, I so if I'm gonna help somebody else with the aid thing, would that take? Is that my action to do that?
No, that is a reaction. So when somebody's
That's a
doing
reaction.
something and you
Oh,
want to aid,
cool.
you just use a reaction
Okay.
to aid and spin a hope.
Gotcha. Okay, so I'm just gonna do a regular scepter. Um, the spooky one that just touched me and made me remember. That was
Alright,
terrible. I
19.
hated that.
19 with fear is a hit. Roll damage.
Awesome. Okay.
There goes my turn again.
And dang, sorry.
4 damage is 1 HP, I do believe. Yes.
Remind me next time. I'm gonna spend a hope to help you next thing that you do. As a reaction, since I stole your turn. Thank you.
That is 76, 5 left. Okay. Let's see what I want to do. This skeleton here going to step up to here.
Yeah.
It is going to target the Arcanist. It's going to swing. Nat 20.
Yikes.
Oh shit!
I'm your shield.
All right. Oh, you do have that ability, don't you?
Yes, I do. I'll mark a stress and I'll stand in the way and take the damage for her.
Beautiful.
That is awesome. So let's see. Damage is the way crits work on the here. You get max dice damage plus you roll. So where is my skeleton? There you are. So his dice is a D6. So you automatically get that D6 damage plus a D6 plus 1. So you get a total of 13 damage.
Okay, and my unstoppable automatically is going to reduce that to minor damage.
That's really awesome.
Yep.
All right, so the counter doesn't changes. Okay, so the counter stays at, I think it was 7 last. Yep, it is still at 7.
have
And
a
that's all I'm
question.
gonna do. Yes, go ahead.
So one of the under Ranger, it says Ranger's focus, spend a hope. It doesn't say about. It's just saying about targeting focus and knowing exactly which direction they're in, et cetera, et cetera. But it doesn't say a distance. So could I use that against the one that's right up against the cart?
Yeah.
Okay. So it says Ranger's focus, spend a hope and make an attack against target on a success. Deal your attacks normal damage and then temporarily make the attacks target your focus. Until this feature ends, you can make a different creature your focus. You gain the following benefits against your focus. You know precisely what direction they're in. When you deal damage to them, they must mark a stress. When you fail an attack against them, you can end your Ranger's focus feature to re-roll your duality dice. I have a +2 attack roll and 1 hope. And then because it's a Ranger, I also use the deadly aim on that as well.
Yes, as long as you
With
spin a hope,
short
you can.
Yes. Okay. So how do I? Okay, because I have the short bow that has the 2+ agility, and then the 2d6 +3 physical, and then there's the +2 deadly aim, and then the +2 attack roll
Alright.
under the bend.
All right, let's see.
We're gonna kill it dead.
So it's a normal attack, which is normally your +2,
Okay.
plus your experience, which is another +2, so that's +4. Okay, it doesn't the Ranger's focus don't add nothing to it, so it would be a +4.
Okay. So under attack roll, so +4 roll. We're gonna kill it dead. 26.
26 with hope. Yes, that is a hit. It is your focus, so you can actually go down to your Ranger's focus area, the class feature, and check that box that says you're focused on a creature.
Okay.
With those
Focus.
sliding
Yep.
thing.
Mhm.
Okay. Roll damage.
Under the 2d6 +3 physical, that one.
Oh wait, that 2d6. Yeah, we need to take off the predator. There you go. Your Ruthless Predator was still clicked. It should be 1d6.
Oh. Okay, 1d6. Okay, so but I click on that one.
Yes.
Okay, so there, and then a rule.
So a total of 6 damage. Because that creature is now your focus, when you deal damage, I must mark stress. All right. So I'll take 6 damage plus the stress. All right. So he's still standing, but he is very hurt and very stressed out.
Oh, poor thing.
All right. Kari. Kari, you was wanting to go, right?
Yeah. I want to remove over here. And I'll attack this guy in front of me.
Okay.
I don't know if this needs to be said before or after, but I'm going to help you to give you a d6.
Okay.
All right. Don't forget to spend your hope for that aid.
Alrighty.
Okay. All right. So where am I over here? I'm just reading this thing. Do I do anything else with that? Okay. No, I don't. Okay. So where is it over here? And I add a d6 to it.
Yes. There should be an advantage button. Just click advantage, and it automatically add that
advantage.
d6.
Okay, I got. Oh, cool. Okay. Ooh,
15 is a hit with hope. So you gain your hope and roll your damage.
Okay. I think there was something here. Yeah, I got to add. I add 1 to my damage for my unstoppable die. Awesome. So that's it. Okay. Oh. Okay. Did that put
11
it in-
damage.
I get +1 for the unstoppable. Or yeah, is that in there? Or is that something?
All I got's a +4.
Oh, right, because
Let's
it's
see.
usually +3. So no,
Okay.
that's +4 is no really.
So it should be
don't think
+5.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's a 12 damage. That is enough to kill it as you run around the cart and swing your war axe, or battle axe. And that one I'm just going to delete because it's in the middle of everywhere. All right, that was with hope. So you did gain your hope. And who would like to go next?
Awesome.
Marlo.
Yeah, I'd love to just move up a little bit. And so I'd like to use a hope, not on my watch, to add +2 and unleash chaos. So I would spend a token also to do that.
All right.
And
Are you
then
spending one of your tokens or both of your tokens? Because you can spend them both.
let me see. We have one more wraith coming at us.
And to replenish it, all you have to do is mark a stress and you get your tokens back.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I'll use 2 tokens. And then I had a question to manipulate magic. Do I have to see if I hit first, or can I just mark a stress to hit
Let's see. Primary knowledge allows you to.
additional target?
Yes, it says after you cast a spell or make an attack using a weapon that deals magic damage, then you mark a stress to do one of the following. So yes, it would be after you do your attack roll when you do that.
Okay. All right. So I am going to. I'll do my spellcast roll +2.
Okay, did it. Okay, cool.
All right,
So that
11.
Well, and then I was adding the +2 for the not on my watch.
Oh yes, that make it bump it up to 13, 14. No, 13, 11, 12, 13. So that is a hit since you do have that +2. It's exact.
Okay. So I'll mark the stress. Oh, sorry. I'll take away a hope, and then I'll roll damage and mark a stress to hit, because I want to manipulate magic to hit the additional target. So I'm trying to hit the wraith and the skeleton.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, cool. So scroll back up. Sorry, I have the same thing, one screen. And
So-
I'm gonna hit. Okay.
That should be a 2d10 that you're rolling. Do it one more time because that was just 1d10.
Oh, I see. Okay. Okay, so that was a 10. Awesome.
Yes, so keep that one. Yes, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
So 14.
14. So
That hits both of them. So 14 on this one. Ear of the severe.
Wow,
So
good damage.
3. So that one's still standing, but the wraith is still standing, but it does look hurt. It's kind of a little more less corporeal. Bits and pieces of the swampy vegetation is falling off, but the skeleton is completely dead. So how does it look as you unleash this chaos and take this magic major damage?
yeah, again, just really clean, pure, focused magic. It kind of almost looks like sparklers illuminating the area, and then they sparkle out wide, come together, and just make like a sparkle laser and impact.
Awesome. With that, the countdown timer does go down to 6. And that was with Hope. So who would like to go next?
Is anybody not gone yet?
Actually, I think I'm going to spend a fear and cut in line.
Ah.
Boo!
Oh, I go down to I go down to
Nice.
5 fear, and I'm going to highlight my wraith. And Marlo just almost KO'd my wraith in one hit. So the wraith is flying over to Marlo. That is going to do action. I got to spend another fear to do this action, so I'm going down to 4 fear.
Melee raise.
This is gonna hurt.
Make an attack roll. So /RD20 plus 3. 15 meter beat.
Beats my evasion.
All right. All right. The wraith flies down to you, Marlo, and then passes through you. Bitter cold seeps through your body as you feel something being pulled away.
Ooh.
There's almost a popping sound in your ears as you're looking down at your collapsed body on the ground, as your soul has been pulled out of
no.
your body.
Whoa.
There is a 2 countdown timer on you. Pretty much, it has to bounce back from GM to player 2 times before your soul's able to relink with your body. But according to everybody else, the wraith passed through and Marlo just collapsed.
Whoa.
Okay.
That is all I'm doing on my GM turn. What would y'all like to do?
Oh my god.
I'd like to take another swing at the other skeleton near me.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
That is a hit with fear. Roll damage.
Right.
7 damage is enough. How does it look as you take that skeleton down and our countdown timer ticks down to 5?
Yeah, exactly how I killed his buddy. I just raised my long sword above my head, slice him down the middle.
All right. That fear means it bounces back to me. So Marlo, your timer is at 1. It has to go back to the players and then back to me one more time, and then you will be reunited with your soul. I'm at a skeleton, so I need to spend a fear to have 2 more skeletons pop up in the map. Skeletons will pop up right here, and 1 over here with Varian. You see the skeletons crawl their way out of ground as I will highlight another fear. So I'm down to 3. To highlight my other wraith kind of sitting over here hanging back. It will fly to about here as it reaches its hands out to Varian.
Okay.
And
Hold
I
on.
roll a nat 20.
Oh
No.
god.
Oh boy.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just doing a basic attack So max dice damage is 12.
Wait, because I have a +2 agility. Can I try and leap out of the way? Can I
I
try?
will, let me double check reaction rolls real quick to make sure that is okay.
I'm like looking at my stuff, trying to say,
Move
what
of
can I do to get out of-
desperation.
Help. And there is a thing, where is it? Just path forward. When you're visiting to a place you've previously visited or you carry an object that you've been at the location before, you can identify the shortest, most direct path to your destination. So I could be like to the other side of the card.
I was looking
Here-
at my sheet earlier. I could do a +2 bonus to armor because I have wings while I'm flying, but it costs me a stress. So I'm wondering if that's like the kind of feature that.
Well,
+2
there's
bit
no
evasion,
specific
yeah.
rule, but this is like I said, this is a rules light, so the GM has a lot of thing. I will let you do a reaction roll, but you must mark a stress to do the reaction roll.
Okay. So
Give me an agility roll. If you succeed on the DC I'm setting, you'll take half damage.
okay. So agility. And that's +2. Please.
19. That is a success. It's a reaction,
Yes!
so nobody gains hope, nobody gains fear. So you take it half damage. So let me roll this here. /RD2D. That's plus. So half of 20. So you take 10 damage.
Okay, so 2 HP.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
But what you feel is like your life essence is being sucked out of you and drained towards this wraith. And
Okay.
I'm going to end my turn right there. Who would like to go? Who hasn't waited a while? Tegan?
Oh, sorry.
Or
Sure. Let's see.
Help!
I just want to move. That's all I'm doing.
Yeah,
Oh,
go
that's fine.
for it. Go ahead.
I'm just moving. You go.
Okay, let's see.
Oh, should I move my...
I was wondering, how is there a way to heal people in combat?
you have to have the cards that have the healing stuff on it.
Okay, gotcha.
There are
So
domain
as a
cards.
bard, I didn't have that like spell or whatever it is.
But
Okay,
everybody should have a potion on you, at least one potion.
Oh, we do?
Oh, in
Potion.
equipment. Yes, that's
oh,
right.
forgot
Yeah,
about
yeah.
that.
If you look in your equipment, you should have
1d4 hit points. Okay.
I have a minor stamina potion, only for stress, I guess.
yes.
Mhm.
And a question about stress is is there like something that I can do like anytime, or is it stuff that's on my sheet that causes stress? If that makes
Anytime you roll with fear, it says I can add a stress if I want to.
Oh, okay.
If I want to add a
Interesting.
stress, if the scenario says, hey, it's kind of stressful, I'd add a stress. Anytime there's
Okay.
cards that add stress, stuff like that.
I'm gonna I think if I can, since that creature just seems to have just basically killed my friend. I would like to. Do I feel? I don't know if this. I think maybe the D&D player. But do I feel like I could put a ghost to sleep, or does that feel not?
No,
good?
I think they're usually immune to that kind of stuff.
Oh, you can try that.
What do I feel? What is my character
I mean, if they're ghosts, they don't
thing
sleep.
that my
I
character would
feel
know?
like Tegan is very doesn't play by the rules and would try anything once. That's what Tegan seems to give off.
Yeah.
That's what I'm asking the
Chaos.
GM. Is that seem like a thing that my character
Yeah, I think so.
doesn't know? Okay, cool. I think then I'm going to do this one because I don't know. I haven't used this one yet. I'm going to try to on this wraith be like, leave them alone, and try to enrapture them.
Man, I hope it works.
Interesting.
23 with fear. What is a rapture?
So honestly, I don't know. I'm gonna
I mean-
get, and this is kind of why I'm using it because it
Just
says
make
they're
'em into-
enraptured, and while enraptured, a target's attention is fixed on you. View blind. I could force them to mark a stress, but it's only once, and I would have to mark a stress too. So I don't even know if that is cool. But I'm gonna do that, and
Okay, the target attention is fixed on you, narrowing their field of view and drowning out any sound but your voice.
I just said leave them alone, and that's my turn, I guess. I don't know.
It really doesn't tell you much what they can do while they're enraptured. Let me look that up.
Would they be considered vulnerable?
I'm just hoping that
Doesn't
they
say
they don't see other people, but I don't know
Yeah, you'd have to mark a
They ran
stress
away.
to make him mark a stress.
exactly. But I'm hoping it's just a taunt.
I'm trying to decide is he enraptured like he loves you, or is he enraptured where he's about to attack you?
Up to you. I that is a
The picture shows like a bar scene with the guys all around the girl.
Yeah.
me and my new ghost GF.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, definitely.
I hope the White Arcanist gets jealous.
Okay. So you did roll a fear, so I did gain a fear. So I'm up to 4. And it's my turn, so I am definitely highlighting that wraith on here. Marlo, as it goes back to my turn, your soul is sucked back into your body as a pop. You are still prone. Your eyes are shut, but you are back in your body.
Okay.
This wraith will 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It will spend a fear to keep moving because it has a spin of fear beyond 30 feet. So I am at 3. And it moves directly up to you. It kind of raises its hands towards your face and starts caressing your face for right now.
That was so fucking worth it. That was incredible. This is
All right.
a really good turn.
I have 3 fear. I'm going to spend 1, knock it down to 2. This skeleton is moving over to the giant guarding the Arcanist. But this skeleton really wants to attack this Arcanist. Slash RD20. And it misses Hari as it swings. I am down to 2 fear, so I am going to save those and pass it back to you guys.
All right,
Would you
I'm-
have passed me for me to get a reaction or not close enough?
It came from, was it here? Or I think it was right here. No, it would have got within that melee range for your attack of opportunity.
All right, I'm gonna attack it.
Okay.
Where's my thing? Okay. Oh, and I have a rally die, but I'm not gonna. Let me see if I need it.
24 with
I don't
hope.
need it.
That's a good hit.
All right.
Nice.
Damage. Roll.
Yeah, anything 7 or higher is an insta kill for these skeletons.
Awesome.
You swing your battle axe, crumpling the skeleton to the ground. Our timer drops from 5 down to 4. All right, that was with hope. Who would like to go?
Can I do retracting claws against the thingy that's the one that first tried that's right next to me?
Skeleton right above you right there?
Yeah, it says make an agility roll to scratch a target within melee range. On a success, they become temporarily vulnerable, and that's a +2 agility roll.
Yeah, definitely. If you want, especially since there's no set initiative, You could do a scratch, knock them down invulnerable, and then kind of quickly throw your crossbow up and shoot at them if you'd like.
Yeah. Okay, so then I would start with doing the +2 agility roll on the retracting claws.
Yes.
All right, so because it's already, I think I messed this up. So under retracting claws, when I click on it, it's already has the 2 on there, so that I just leave it as is.
Yes.
And then hitting roll. Please give me something good. Oh,
11. It is with hope, so you do gain a hope. But I do believe, let me double check. Wish I had these character sheets all pushed together. That is a miss. Have you spent your rally dice yet?
no, I have not.
If you want to, you can roll the rally dice and try to add that
Yes.
D6 will add to that 11.
How do I type that in again?
It is.
Oh, that's I type out the rolling d6 +1. That one? No, that's wrong. Hold on, I'm trying to scroll up and see who put it in.
Me and Tegan both posted it right there at the bottom of the chat for you.
Oh, okay. All right. R.
4 is more than enough. Roll damage. Well, retracting claws. He is vulnerable now. So yeah, now you can. You scratch your claws across him, leaving vulnerable wounds. So yeah, if you want to, you could throw your crossbow up, roll me another attack roll with your crossbow, and you have advantage this time because he is vulnerable.
So this.
Nice.
So then I'm hitting the under the short bow, the +2 agility, and then I roll the 1d6.
Yes, put the +2 agility
Right.
first.
This
And
is
when the
always the
box-
part. This,
Yeah, when the
this is the
box
part
pop
that's
up, hit the green advantage button first,
advantage. Okay. Ooh.
and then click roll.
Right.
Nice.
All right. So that's 10, and then that says with hope. So I'm gaining a hope.
You do
Right.
gain a hope, but 10 is not enough, and you do miss the
No.
shot.
So I can't even roll the 1d6. That one? No,
No,
because it didn't
no,
hit. Oh,
because it was a miss.
All right.
But
All right. Well, he's. slightly
I
vulnerable.
know he is vulnerable for the right now. You do gain a hope, but I am spending one of my fear. I don't have many, I have 2, but I really want to do this next thing, so I'm going to 1 fear, jumping in, highlighting my enraptured
Yes.
wraith. I am spending my last fear to clear that status
Incredible.
condition. To clear that status condition.
Ah,
No, he is no longer
Yes.
enraptured. His hands are on your face, and he's going to make you relive your memory again.
oh man.
So let's see here. D20 +3.
Awesome.
Poor Tegan.
19. That is a hit.
Definitely hits. Yep.
So that memory of that dog, I forget all about it, but I keep thinking the corgi keeps
Corgi.
flowing through
Yep.
your brain. Yeah,
Mhm.
as you take. As you take 16 HP damage.
Youch. Spending an armor to reduce to major damage.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Awesome. Very cool. I have 1 hit point.
All right, I might actually explain what happens when people die in this game.
Death moves.
Um,
Oh no.
I was gonna say, how can we help?
I am completely out of fear. I believe I am. It is y'all's turn.
Okay, Tegan, I have something I want to do.
Okay.
As it grips my face, and it was enraptured, but then I get this corgi flashback, and then I snap out of it. I'm still face to face with this thing. I kiss the wraith, and I'm gonna spend.
What?
I'm gonna spend.
Holy Tegan, what?
This one was looking pretty injured, right?
Yes, that wraith is very injured.
Awesome.
Now you're scarring it.
I'm gonna spend 2 hope to do Arcane Barrage, and it just takes this damage.
Yeah, it's pretty much like a D&D magic missile.
Yeah, yeah. I think I'll spend. Actually, what time is it? It's pretty. Yeah, I'll spend these two damage dice. Kiss this guy to death. 3 damage.
3 damage. Oh man. Uh, unfortunately, that is not enough to kill it. You had to roll at least a 7 to take it out, but it does hurt him as he goes down
That's
1
all I
HP.
got.
All right. Who would like to go next?
I'll go. If nobody else wants to.
Yeah, go for it.
Alright, I'll move up here and I'll attack the skeleton. Oh, actually, I don't have to move. I can stay here and attack the skeleton. Because I have that reach. So.
6 is a miss, but it is with hope. So you gain a hope, and
Okay.
it is still y'all's go.
Then Marlo would like to get up.
Okay.
Marlo is pissed, but a little bit confused about what all is going on with Tegan and the Wraith. But either way,
Where they're making out.
I will
So-
say, okay, when Tegan kisses this person, it's not like sparks fly in a rom-com sense. It's more like sparks fly in like a violent sense, I think.
Like getting electrocuted.
Yeah, yeah.
and so I definitely, just want to hit this Wraith. And
Okay.
I don't feel like it's going to take too much, so I think I'm just going to use my my dual staff. But I would, if I can. Oh no, I'm down to 1 hope. Yeah, I'm just going to hit it with my dual staff at far range. So I think I can do that. All right.
Yeah.
So roll.
17 with fear. That is a hit.
Nice.
Roll damage. 8 damage is more than enough. How does this wraith fall out of the sky out of Tegan's arms?
The ring is actually being a little bit coy and a little bit shy. I don't think it's ever been kissed before. And so it sort of very daintily falls onto its death because it's kind of oddly enamored.
All right.
Incredible.
Wraith is dead. Countdown timer is currently at 3. It is my turn. Who do I highlight?
Who is left? Oh, okay, I see him.
I am going to highlight the Wraith. I'm going to fly him down over here towards Garrick. And he's going to do just a basic attack. Slash D20 plus 3. Does 13 meet or beat you, Garrick?
That'll hit.
All right, so you do take 2d6 plus 8 magic damage. Ouch. 17 points of damage as it reaches its hands out to you, starts sucking your life force out of your body. All right, I have 1 fear and I'm running out of combatants, so I am going to spend my last fear to grow me 2 more skeletons. So this one's going to come right here and be a fresh skeleton. This one's going to come right by here. Pop out of the ground as a fresh skeleton. It is y'all's turn.
Oh. Let me go.
Go ahead, Kari.
We got all these combatants. I'm going to attack the skeleton next to me. And hopefully I'll hit him. So I can use my whirlwind. Alright, baby. Let's go. 6, 10, 12. If that's not enough, I'll use my rally die that I haven't used yet.
Yes. You Yeah, that is a miss.
Okay.
That is a hit.
Woohoo!
Nice.
Alright, so that's plus my thingy. 9.
9
And
damage.
I'm gonna use a where is it? I gotta use a hope, and that will attack the other two also within range.
Excuse me. So you hit both skeletons and the wraith.
Yep.
Okay. Wraith is at full health, so he's still up, but he is hurt. Well, actually, that was a physical attack, so he's not that hurt. It doesn't look like it does much damage to the wraith
Yeah.
as he takes 1 HP. But both skeletons fall over dead. The countdown timer drops from 3 to 1.
Cool.
All right, so I'm gonna go
that
ahead and
was
attack.
That was with
that was
fear.
with fear. So it is my turn.
Right.
I do gain 1 fear, so I'm going from 0 to 1. I have 2 guys to go. I
Oh.
just attacked with my wraith.
Is there something I can do that doesn't like take an action or whatever?
What would you want to do?
I was wanting to. I have a potion of healing. I'd like to slip it into Garrick's hand.
Yeah, definitely. I can see you doing that before the skeletons move. So you're more than welcome to slip it into Garrick's hands.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to highlight, especially since I'm going to highlight this bad guy here, so they're not even messing with Garrick right now. Skeleton's going to attack Varin. /RD20. And nat 20. I've been rolling
Wow, so
hot
many
tonight.
crits.
Oh man.
Seriously.
Wow.
All right. So for the skeleton, that is an instant 6 plus D6 plus 1. So D6 plus 7 then. /RD6 plus 7.
That was on who?
Total. That is on
On me.
Varian. You take
Can I?
12.
7.
I want to be his shield.
That's a take for you.
I didn't take that potion yet either, because that would bring me up to 5 HP. But then if I took the potion, I could go. Oh no, that's stress. Never mind. All right.
Oh, everybody
So that
within
brings-
Okay, yeah, definitely. Yeah,
All right,
you,
so that brings me up to HP.
all right, and Kari, you're more than welcome to be the shield and take the damage.
Okay. How much damage is it?
It's a total of 12.
Okay. So that gets reduced because of my unstoppable.
Oh, so do
to
I not
minor
take that
damage
HP
again.
then?
No, what happens is Kari, being this giant tank, like reaches her shield just right in front of you and takes all the damage, or reaches her
Kari.
body or whatever it does.
Yep. I jump in front and take the damage for you.
Yes.
All right, I have my 1 fear. Heck, I want to do it. I activate the Wraith. It's been my last fear. It's supposed to be a tough battle. Let's make it tough. All right, it is going to do the memory delve on there. That one doesn't require fear, so make an attack roll as it reaches this /RD20. Does a 9 hit meet or
Does
beat
not.
your evasion? Oh, so it reaches your hands out. You feel it digging through your memories, and you're able to resist. And he just kind of, his hands are almost blown backwards as you've psychically resisted his memory delve. And that is my turn. I am out of fear. Y'all's turn.
Can
Okay,
I?
I'd like.
Oh, sorry. You go.
Can I? Does it take an action to take a healing potion?
Think so. Let me check.
As Tegan, I do want to roll. And so I'm not going to roll anything your turn, but I want to move, and I will spend a hope to establish, this is completely for frills, establish a telepathic connection, and I will say, you've got this. We have your back. keep going.
Yes.
And by the way, you look so pretty in that dress, by the way. And that's all.
As far as for a potion, yes, it does take an action to take the potion. But like I said, there's no initiative. So if the group doesn't mind, you can swing the potion real quick, throw it to the side, swing your sword or whatever.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to take the potion and then I'm going to swing my sword.
So let's clear the potion first. That is 1d4 plus 1, I do believe.
Okay. It came up as a 2, but I don't know why it's not showing in the chat as that.
Said custom roll. Must have hit something
odd.
wrong.
Yeah. You can take the 2 or you can re-roll it. I mean, it's fine with either one.
I'll take the 2, it's fine.
So 2 HP is healed off your HP. As
Okay.
you toss the bottle to the
Nice.
side, roll your attack. I guess you're attacking the Wraith, right?
Yes, I am.
All right.
All right. And then yeah.
If I can use my reaction, I will aid you by just a little light flickering towards the raid as I blow a kiss
Okay.
to give you an advantage.
That is a hit. So I mean you can roll the d6, but it's going to hit regardless.
Oh, it doesn't matter then. That's fine.
Okay.
Plus
mark out my
1
hope.
my fear. Roll damage.
Okay.
That is 8 damage with a longsword. So that is you hit it, but your sword almost passes all the way through it, like it barely does any damage. It is still standing. It is my turn. I have 2 guys on the field. Let's continue. Well, let's start with the skeleton attacking Varian /RD20. Almost another crit. 19.
Oh my god.
Go away. 1d6 plus 1 /RD6 plus 1. Varian, you take 3 HP of damage if that skeleton sinks his blade into you. Might as well go ahead and burn it. I'm spending my last sphere to activate my Wraith and continue this one-on-one with Garrick.
Can I go back against that skeleton at all?
On your turn, you can. I still
Okay.
doing the GM turn.
Sorry.
It tried the memory delve, it didn't work. It's just going to try to life drain you to do a basic attack. Sorry, D20 plus 3. 22 to hit.
That hits.
To
Wow, good roll.
D6. Not 2d96, 2d6 plus 8. 20 max
God.
damage.
I'm
Quick
your
max
shield.
Incredible.
Damage. Yeah.
I'll take it for him.
Wow.
That's
Oh wow, so I don't get
20,
any of the damage?
No.
goes down to 2, and I'll use an armor slot to bring it down to 1.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, you can mark stress to stand in the way and
Yep.
make yourself the target of the attack instead.
Yep. And I can
Oh,
also...
and when you do this, you can mark any number of armor slots. That's really cool.
Yeah, and I get 1 free for my unstoppable.
Mm-hmm.
So I just spent
That's
1 and got
cool.
it marked down to 2 slots.
Yeah, all that
Wow.
damage, and you're sitting at
Yep.
3 HP loss. Yeah.
Just
Yeah, I've absorbed like
mechanically a
60
very-
points of damage or something here.
Seriously, mechanically, just a very cool tank. Like, I
Mhm.
mean, I've never seen a tank.
All right. I am out of fear, and I've attacked both people. Who would like to go next? Varian, you was talking about wanting to do a move?
Yeah, I was curious. So I can just roll using like just the short bow, right?
Yeah.
And then because that's +2 agility, and then I could technically do the deadly aim, and there's the
Yes.
1d6 +3
Yes, you can.
against the one. All right, so I'm gonna hit the +2 agility first, but do I put it to advantage or I do it to +4 because of the deadly aim?
Daily aim adds 2, so do it to +4.
Okay, so I'm gonna do that one. Right, roll. Please, please.
17 is a hit with hope, so you gain a hope. Roll damage.
All right. And then 1d6 +3.
8 damage is enough to take him out.
Yes, finally.
Countdown timer is at 1.
Nice.
Also, is there any way, as far as like, because now I'm maxed on hope, is there any way to share it with people that are not well?
I think you can use it
I-
to help others.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, to aid, you can spend a hope to aid somebody in their attacks.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's what I've been doing when somebody is attacking. I'm using my like reaction, and they get to roll it with advantage.
All right. Well, I'm in y'all's corner, so.
Awesome.
Okay.
Could I go ahead and unleash chaos again on this last wraith?
You definitely can.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Can I give her hope?
That'd be
Yeah,
fantastic.
awesome.
So
I'll
we-
take one of mine.
all right. So what do I add with the hope? I'm sorry.
No problem. Let me just open up your character sheet real quick. Calm down, dogs.
Huh.
Sorry, my dogs walked in and they go crazy when somebody walks in. Okay, so you spent the stress to replace your card, right? So you got both your tokens back.
I'm doing that right now. If it'll let me.
Uh,
Yes.
First one aside, are you using one or all your tokens? Because you got 2 tokens now.
I'm using 2 tokens.
Okay. So first thing you do is hit that spellcast roll. It's a spellcast +2,
Yes.
and let's see if it hits. A 10 does not hit.
What do I add with the
It's a 1d6, and you can also click the advantage roll when you were rolling it.
So add that
Oh.
D6.
Oh, okay, so that was that. Sorry, I'm trying to find how to do that again. Here we go. Okay. Got it.
You could just use the dice roller. Might be
Oh, I
easier.
forget that it's on there. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. If you real quick, if you look right under the ruler, there's a dice symbol. You click it, and it'll have all the different sizes of dice. Just click one of them, and it'll roll it for you.
That next time, but I rolled a 5.
A 5 makes it a hit. So I do gain a
Nice.
fear. I do get a fear, and this is a very stressful situation. So you are gaining a stress from this, since you rolled with fear. But click it where it says spend the 2 tokens, and it should bump that magic roll up to 2d10 on that card.
Yes.
All right, and just click that 2d10 for damage.
And I also so that's
18 damage.
18.
Yeah, that is a severe for me, and it's magical, so it
And-
all hits.
Can I
Go ahead.
mark stress to double another stress at double my damage die?
That's the manipulate magic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, mark that stress.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Since your damage, since your
So-
damage die is 2d10, that will that double it to 4010.
It says double. It just says double a damage die of your choice.
Okay, so you got 2 damage dice, so double one of them. So you can double that 10 or the 8. So I would assume the 10.
Yeah.
Okay, so it makes it 28.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh man.
All right, so it does take the full severe, which is 3 HP, which you do kill it.
Woo.
Damn.
As the countdown hits 0, and I got some
Wow.
flavor text now. Oh, this works too. As you deliver the final powerful blow, the ritual ends. The carriage comes crashing to the ground as the keystone vibrates with arcane energy. Then all at once, a soundless explosion erupts from the white fire arcanus, dissipating any remaining enemies. The clearing is quiet once again. The arcanus breathes softly for a second, then collapses over the crate. You can tell she's breathing, but she has passed out from the stress. What would y'all like to do?
You and me both, honey. I think.
Yeah, we need a short rest.
I think Tegan just like lies down on the grass.
Definitely. Do y'all short rest here in the clearing?
Yep, unstoppable is gone.
Yeah.
Okay. Definitely. The 30, 40 minutes is uneventful. You can go to your downtime and do whichever activities you would like for that short rest. After the short rest, do y'all head back to the Arcanus' home, or do y'all do something different?
I mean, after she's done to fix that symbol, it'd be nice to give her a ride home, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's awake, and she says, "Let's after the rest, she's like, let's head back to my home, and we'll discuss what's in store for the future." The ride back to the Arcanus home is very uneventful. The massive treehouse is already lowering down as you arrive. The Arcanus smiles feebly. "I'm sorry, I'm much too weak. Please carry the crate back into my house for me."
I'll do that.
As she walks in, sits back on the sofa. Back inside the treehouse, not but a few hours later, the keystone sits suspended carefully. Oh, she opens it up and sits above the rumbling fire in her hearth. Okay. The Arcanus looks even older now than she did before. She sits cross-legged in an overstuffed chair. There is exhaustion in her voice as she speaks. "You fought hard, but I'm not surprised, of course. The king keeps good company." And she kind of winks over at Marlowe. "I'm very glad you were there. The keystone, that matter, we'll need at least a week, maybe more, to allow the magic to settle. I need to watch it carefully to ensure nothing cracks or even becomes sentient." And she kind of looks over at Tegan when she says that.
You know, I might want to just stick around and maybe help out a bit. The food here is pretty good, and
Well, you know how it is. And in the meantime, it actually says that in the flavor text. And in the meantime, after you rest and gather yourselves, have a nice meal, I have one more favor to ask of you. So, a montage. You go to sleep. You take baths.
So
you eat nice, hearty meals.
So we do like a long rest?
Yes, pretty much. You get a long rest montage.
Okay.
Which this is nearing
Sorry.
the end of the module, so.
Yeah. I just wanted to do it because I'd never done it before to see how it works.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and I just had a quick question. When I was just doing the downtime, when saying 10 to wounds and it's giving the 3 plus 0, so that means I'm taking off 3 in the HP?
Yes, you gain 3 more HP back.
Okay, that's what I wanted to just double check. Thank you.
No problem. The next day, as you wake, Darkcast smiles at you around the kitchen table. There's food galore. Whatever you can imagine is being served. Pancakes, bacon, mac and cheese. I mean, whatever it is, it's on the plate.
hell yeah. Wow, she could
Yes.
cook too.
The Arcanist smiles and says, "Okay, so there's this spire, just west of here, maybe a few hours walk. I felt it on the way to the ritual. Its power was strange. The light felt weaker than it should be, and I think something might be terribly wrong with the Spire Keeper. And I fear what will happen if its fire is extinguished altogether. When you're ready, come back, and I'll give you a map, so you can make it there safely. It's good to have adventurers back in the Sablewood again." And that's where we're going to end today's session.
Let's go. That was so.
Nice.
Bravo, everyone.
All right, good job. Nobody died.
This
Let
was
me
a
go
ton of,
over.
this was a ton of fun.
Yeah. This
Let me
was
go
great.
over real quick before we end what happens on death, so y'all kind of have an idea of what happens when you die.
Yeah.
You get what happens. You get to choose from several options.
Death move.
When you get 0 HP, you can go out in a blaze of glory. Your character embraces death and goes out in a blaze of glory, taking one action which automatically critically succeeds, and then they cross over into death. You can choose to avoid death. Your character avoids death and faces the consequences. They temporarily drop unconscious, and you work with the GM to describe how this situation worsens. The character can't move or act while unconscious. They can't be targeted by an attack, and they return to consciousness when an ally clears one or more of their hit points. You can also risk it all, roll your duality dice. If the hope dice is higher, your character stays on their feet and clears an amount of hit points or stress equal to the value of the hope dice.
Oh, wow.
If the fear dice is higher, your character crosses through the veil of death.
Man, that's some Russian roulette. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
If you chose to avoid death, you might incur what is called a scar, a permanent reminder of death, a scar that magic doesn't heal. It could be visibly or mentally. If you do incur a scar like this, you lose one of your hope slots.
Oh wow, that's
Ooh.
intense. That's an intense downside.
Yeah.
And of course, there are cards for resurrection in the magic. I know one specifically. You use it if you roll, but then you got to roll a dice after you use it. And if you roll a certain number, you actually lose that resurrection spell permanently.
Wow.
But that is just a little bit of how the death works. Since nobody died, and I couldn't go over it. That is the basic of what happens when you die.
I got down to 1 hit point, and then I moved closer to give you an opportunity in case you wanted to.
Real quick. I hope y'all had a good time. I've been running a lot of these lately, so I do enjoy this system. I really enjoy it.
Yeah, me too. I'm hooked.
Yeah, I had a blast.